What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sass Cast. What?
Ooh,
What?
What's going on?
we were gonna record.
Video games.
We were gonna record the Photoshop today, but a couple people who wanted to be on it couldn't make it, so we're going to push that back until tomorrow or Tuesday or whenever we can get it done.
Oh fuck, Camille is joining us. Are we waiting or?
No, he can jump in whenever he
yeah.
gets in. I don't
There we
care.
roll, dude. Yeah.
So we're still gonna do the Photoshop challenge this weekend. Since if we were to wait to come up with a topic for that on that episode, that would shorten the amount of time for people to work on Photoshops. So I'm not sure what we're going with this week. Was it the Christmas cards? I think was the one that was
Holiday Christmas cards, I
Yeah.
believe.
I think so.
holiday Christmas cards. So
Just-
if you go ahead.
Just check our Twitter and we'll post.
Yeah.
Keep you posted.
Yeah, so just holiday
Could
Christmas
be kind of
cards.
funny related. Doesn't have to be kind of funny related.
No.
I'm gonna put Oscar Isaac as bloody Solid
Ooh.
Snake in a Christmas card. You
Yeah.
go for it.
Just show us what you're doing for Christmas and
Ooh,
Richard, it's just gonna be selfies of people at home with masks. Just
I'm gonna be
being
careful
sad.
with that.
But yeah, that'll be the topic. So we're gonna have two Photoshop challenges that are gonna be kind of close to one another. But yeah, whatever. It's a mess over here. If you've been watching, you know that. So since some of us were still available today, we decided, hey, why don't we bring back the Sass Cast? Something I've been wanting to do for a long time. Well, 2 or 3 weeks, and now we have an excuse to do it. So yeah, we're just gonna talk about random crap. And
There
now I
is.
have to
Just in time for
change
introductions, Kamal.
this again.
welcome to the podcast, Camille.
What's
Do
the
that.
what's the
I gotta do
topic?
that.
What's happening?
And now I gotta do
Yes,
that right.
Oh, I love this.
this is great.
It's gonna be a fun one.
No one knows.
God,
Camille.
I've missed this. I've missed this. Yeah. As
Yep.
much as I love doing the other shows, this dumb show.
Guys, what's happening? I'm scared.
None of us know.
We're in the middle of the show, and it's the best.
I just spilled my tea all over the fucking desk.
Yes.
Wait, let me send a photo to the group because I'm being genuine. My keyboard's all wet. Oh, my shirt's got soaked.
Don't worry, we'll wait. It's okay.
Oh god, this is great.
What the fuck have you done?
In the top left-hand corner, we have the amazing
what's
El
it branding?
Tribesman.
Hello. I am loving this.
In the bottom right-hand corner, we've got the one and only Robin Giao.
What's up?
Obviously, our host today, we have Gage. What's up, Gage? And in the top right-hand corner, who's already kind of been introduced, we have Kumail.
Wait.
Wait, guys.
Hey man.
What's about this happening today? How's it just like
And then finally,
Just here?
finally, we have the wonder from down under. It's Ben. Please be excited.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm just taking these photos because holy shit. What the fuck just
Do you think
happened?
this episode ever sees the light of day?
Oh god.
Oh, I love this so much.
Gage, 2021 games is what we're talking about, right?
I thought so, but I don't know anymore. Yes, we're gonna talk about our games we're excited for coming out in the next year, stuff like that. We haven't done a game of the year discussion yet. I feel like that's something that we want to have as many of us on here as possible to do. So we might do that in the next couple weeks and talk about our Game Awards next year. So we should probably do that
Next
never.
week.
Oh, that works too. So yeah, talk about stuff coming up the next year, see if there's any games we're excited for. Next year kind of sucks for games. I mean, there's like nothing coming out.
Yo, Prince of Persia first thing in January. Come on, let's go.
Dude,
That's the first thing you go to.
I hope it's good. I hope it's good. Because they showed that initial reveal trailer that looked terrible. And then it was like...
It didn't look all that hot, no.
And then it was like the next day they were like, Oh, sorry, that was an old build. Here's photos from the new one, and
Oh,
it looks
this
amazing.
was an old build.
Yeah.
Oh, I
was
did. I had
super
no
old.
idea.
They
I
showed,
thought that was
like,
generally what we're getting.
They released like new photos and stuff of what the game looks like now, and it looks so much better. It actually
They
looks
were
like
just
a
photos from the
game.
Prince of Persia movie, though, Gage. They're just killing old pictures.
Oh, okay.
I'm
It makes more
just
sense.
excited, like, just to be able to play that game on like modern platforms and like have like updated textures and whatnot. But the game itself is what I'm interested in, the sort of
Yeah.
gameplay and stuff like that. So if that still is all there, I'm more than happy. And we've got the voice actors still retain their roles, bar one. So good
Yeah.
news, Bez.
Is that Yuri?
Yeah, Yuri Lowenthal.
Nice.
I think they've
Nice.
replaced the princess with somebody a bit younger.
You're Lowenthal.
Do you think
Spider-Man.
they just took
He just plays
dialogue from
Wolf.
Spider-Man and put it in the game?
Amazing.
And May.
So we're also
This is
getting
crazy.
so Hitman 3 on January 20th, which, if the initial trailer was any indication, that means they're also going to be releasing the VR mode for the whole trilogy on the same day. That's going to be
it's
something that'll
crazy.
be interesting to try out, to see how that actually...
It's totally something they didn't need to give you for free either, is it?
That
Full
seems like
VR.
it should be like its own game, but it's just like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's just what we're doing.
I
It's like,
love
okay.
that they do that. They did that with 2 as well, right? They chucked one in there as well, didn't they?
I think you had to buy like the deluxe edition.
Oh, okay.
Not for much though. I mean, IO Interactive has done a great job over the past couple years, being a lot more, I guess, consumer centric. Especially since Square Enix let them go and they were able to take the Hitman IP onto themselves. So it's cool they're doing.
This
a lot
is a
of
great
stuff
spot for
like
that game, though, right?
this. Definitely.
People hopefully finish up with Cyberpunk at that point. Hopefully cleared a bit of their backlog, and
Yeah.
people will be ready for something new.
Yeah, because January doesn't really have anything. Like, you have Prince of Persia, but I mean, I'm excited for it. I doubt it's gonna do.
Have you guys seen Bladed Fury at all? Because
No.
don't sleep on that game, because that's one me and Phil are excited for. But it's like this kind of like side scroller. Oh my god, my word. Yeah, it's a side scroller, but it looks wonderful. So that's another like little niche game there.
What was it called,
Nice.
Command?
It's called Bladed Fury.
Oh,
And what kind of
yeah.
game is it?
It's a side scroller action type of game. It's coming out on Nintendo Switch, Xbox, PlayStation.
Nice,
isn't
buddy.
that a movie?
I have no idea.
An ice skating movie.
Oh, you're
Blades
thinking
of
Blaze
Glory?
of Fury.
All
Oh,
right.
Glory.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Oh, what a movie.
What a
It's
movie.
so bad, but so good.
Can I give a couple of shouts for Japanese kind of stuff in January, Gage? Because I know you usually hate me doing this, but
Go for it.
two. So Atelier Riser 2, which is something I'm going to be very excited for, which is a JRPG. And then you've got RE0 starting in another world, Prophecy of the Throne, so it's a visual novel related to the anime series. So yeah, cool. That's all I wanted to say.
That's look cool, dude. This looks great.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Wait, what's all this? What's happening?
I'm
Bladed Fury. We're trying new
cool.
things, man.
I'm using the Out of Our League setup, so every time I switch over to a new scene, I have to get rid of the Out of Our League logo because it's from the wrong show.
Do you know what?
Sorry,
2021
Gage. No,
we'll
you're
have
fine.
we'll have a proper setup, guys. So don't expect much this year. We're just testing stuff out. So yeah, no, January, yeah,
Blades of Glory.
nothing AAA sort of there for you, but there's plenty of third-party stuff to keep you
Yeah.
going. Niche stuff,
Mm.
anyway.
How are the excitement levels for Hitman 2?
3.
3.
I'm
At a 10?
I'd probably say I'm like a 7. Like, I like Hitman. I think they're fun games, but they've never... I feel like I can only play them in short bursts. Like, I can go in, I can do one mission, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done. Because if you're gonna do it right, you have to play them very slowly and methodical, because they're not fast-paced games. If you try to get in and get out, kill your target as quick as possible, you're gonna get caught. You're gonna have to start shooting people, and it just doesn't feel good as far as gunplay goes. So it's like, well, I gotta take it slow, and it's been 20 minutes, I'm sneaking around, and it gets to the point where it's like, okay, I finished this mission, I'm gonna go play something else because I need to blow something up. So I'm excited for it. I'm glad they're doing it, but I'm not like, oh my god, Hitman 3. So
This trailer is fantastic.
It is great. I do love this trailer.
It's so good. I'm excited to give it a go, especially if the reviews are good. If it reviews well, if there's a bit of buzz around it, I'll definitely be checking it out. Prince of Persia, I'll probably wait, sadly, for a bit of a special, and then I can jump back into that anytime. But I'm definitely keen to try out Hitman 3.
So I think the other reason why January might be a bit sparse, slash not having what people want there to be, is probably because people probably still be playing Cyberpunk if that game's turns out to be everything it sold itself to be. One of those big open worlds that you can do it absolutely anything and everything, and with 3 different paths and whatnot.
Do we know when
maybe
it's
that's
coming to
why.
next gen?
No idea yet. That's when I'm gonna play it personally. So yeah, anyone else got something in January they're excited about?
I think that's it for me.
That's
I have one.
I
have one. I'm very excited for Resident Evil 8 Village.
Oh, is that January?
Oh, wow.
Don't
Isn't
think
it?
it's been dated, has it? No, I don't think it's been dated.
I think it's like
But it's like-
March or
that's-
something.
Capcom are always releasing their Resident Evils in January, aren't they?
That's true.
Yeah, it's still unknown. So if it does get released in January, we'll probably find out at the Game Awards. But yeah, that seems.
Oh, that'd be a
seems
hype
quite-
announcement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to say that I thought Al was going to say that he's really excited for Gal Gun Returns, which is coming out on the 28th.
Jesus Christ.
But
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Have we got a trailer for that? What's that one about?
That's
You have to go to another
February.
site for that.
Man,
There
people
it
watching
is.
this are gonna
Gameplay
love
like
it.
it.
I'm like,
Is this the one you're excited about, Al?
Did I say that?
Oh,
Are we gonna
Xbox
get?
360.
Are we gonna get a collector's edition, like unboxing Al? You're gonna have that in your background.
Oh,
for
we're heading
Sass
bold.
Cast.
We're heading...
It'll
we're
be
heading bold.
right here next to Mr. Hankey.
Now, can you explain what we're doing in this gameplay here, Kamal?
Al's the expert, so I'll defer to him.
I
Okay.
was gonna show it, but I don't think I want to make it any bigger.
It looks like there's some sort of touch stuff going on. Is this on Vita as well?
Unfortunately, not. No.
This game
God.
looks excellent.
What
This
are they
looks-
doing? Dude!
You don't want to know, dude.
Okay.
I was gonna
I'm
make
glad
like
none of my
this nice,
colleagues like
fresh new
gaming,
layout
because
live
otherwise
for
I'd
everybody,
probably
but
be in
now I
a
just don't
bit
want
of trouble
to.
right now.
Is this doing anything for you, Kamal?
I
Is
mean,
there a game in here?
I'm just glad I'm not on webcam right now.
Jesus.
Jeez.
Do you guys regret telling me you were doing this?
Every single day.
Smells Like a Girl is my favorite Nirvana song.
So yeah.
Sorry, guys, I
February
missed that whole
then, in
segment. Sorry, I had to cut out there for a second.
What else? What else is coming out in January?
Oh, Resident Evil
there's
8, it's very exciting, buddy. We probably should talk about that. So what excites you about RE8 coming out? And what do you want to see in it?
Just the
People are-
werewolf stuff in the
people are saying
village. It
that
reminds me
since
of
this
Resident Evil 4. I'm sure
Yes.
Gage agrees with that.
I am so hyped for that game. Guys,
Yep.
people are gonna hate
Definitely
watching
has
this
that
because
vibe.
I am just making this the worst possible viewing experience.
Well, we're helping. We're contributing to that.
I'm completely changing the entire layout for this so we can show what Al's showing in the background and then have all of us around it. It's
Nice. We'll
Love
do
it.
it live.
just, yep, pretty
Love it.
much.
I got that reference.
That chicken.
What?
So, from my understanding, this is a return from the character from RE7, right?
Yep, Ethan.
Is this
Yes.
Ethan? Is that right? Is that his name?
Ethan. Yep, that is correct.
The guy with the dumb
And
face, right?
the dumb face. And Chris
Yeah.
Redfield is in this one, I think.
Yeah.
Still
Also
looks like
kind
a
of a dumb
PS4
face.
game. Still looks like a PS4 game, but this is what next gen is apparently.
They needed that next gen technology, though, didn't
Get
they?
out of here, Al, you cynic. God, I'm not going to sit down and lecture you for another 40 minutes like I did last time. Okay?
We did that. We've done that already.
Yeah, it's stuck in my head ever since. You called me a Sony simp. I'll never forget it.
I don't think I used those words exactly.
No,
but
you
yeah.
didn't. But if I was to summarize, oh dear.
Oh, I love the setting for this. Yeah, like you say, definitely RE4 vibes.
Yep.
Ben, can you narrate the trailer?
What's that, buddy?
Can you narrate the trailer? I'm not getting any.
Oh
audio.
yes. All right. So here we have
Cries
spooky
in
stuff
Spanish.
Ah, fuck! What the hell is that? Maya? Here we have a lady in a chair. Flash. Long ago, a young girl went with her father to pick berries. What the? Why are we picking berries, dude?
I love that he's got a blue Yeti just so he can do shit like this.
Yet determined to find the berries, the rascal broke free of his mother's grasp and vanished into the trees. What the fuck Resident Evil is this, dude? Why are we finding berries? What the hell's going on? Over a vine under branch. Anyway, that's RE8. I'm very excited
Why
for
would you do that
RE8.
at midnight? You'd think
Search
you'd
for berries.
kid in like for school the next morning. Like, why are you searching for berries at midnight with them? I don't get it.
Resident Evil 8, the search for berries.
Very good. Right.
We're searching for blackberries.
Deathloop.
Yes.
Deathloop is a game.
Deathloop is a game
And it
from
is an
Arcane
exclusive-
Studios.
Wow.
Is that-
PS5 exclusive, right? For
wait,
at
is
least
that
for a
February?
short period of time. It's coming out sometime in 2021.
That's
Yeah.
May 2021.
Yeah.
I think we abandoned the whole going month by month thing like
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
10 minutes ago.
Oh,
Cool.
okay.
Okay.
Well, frankly, I haven't been paying much attention to anything except for trying to get this.
This
thing
is
to
how
work,
Simply
so-
Sassy do things. We just do them and not tell anybody about it.
Yeah.
So
I'm
Deathloop, probably
I'm
one
just
of the
gonna
most
keep
badass
going.
games.
I am I'm editing all this stuff. Damn it! People are gonna watch. this
Doing
and be like,
God's
"What is
work,
happening?"
Gage. Keep it up, buddy. We believe in
Someone has to do
you.
it.
Do you know what I'm really
Someone
excited for this game for? It's the adaptive triggers.
Oh yes, I've heard about that. How the guns can actually jam, right?
Yeah.
Because I've felt that like momentarily with Worms, and how when you
Yeah.
shoot a certain gun, it feels very different.
Mm.
So to have something like this that's been baking for a bit longer, just to see how that's going to work with the guns, it's going to feel fantastic.
Mm. I've
Apparently,
loved
your
it in
gun
Fortnite.
cancels completely if you don't reload. So that's going to be awesome.
I
Love
can't
love
tell
the
if you're.
aesthetic as well. He sounds sarcastic.
No, I think that's legit, isn't it? It's in
Fucking love
Fortnite.
those haptic feedback triggers, buddy. You know.
Am I shopping wood or brick? I don't know. With the PS5, you will know.
Exactly. No,
Can you
it's
make
such a-
Kratos dance though?
Wow, we don't know yet. We haven't seen it yet. We haven't played the game. It could happen. It could happen.
I think the other interesting part of this game is the story and like just seeing how it's going to go and how it's going to work with you playing as a lady as well. Because primarily, from what I've seen from the trailers, it's all based on the guy's experience. We haven't seen much from the girl's perspective. So to see how she's going to like tie into all it is going to be really interesting.
Yeah, super interesting.
Maybe you guys will actually give an Arcane game a shot this time.
God, oh, sorry, Your Majesty.
I thoroughly
Well,
enjoyed
they-
Prey.
Al, did they dishonor you?
Oh god,
Dishonored 2.
Prey was really cool, but I already had it like spoiled for me, so I never bothered to actually finish it myself. But it was fantastic. That was a great.
Aren't you a
story.
Dishonored fan, Gage?
I've never
Or
played
am I?
Dishonored.
Oh yeah, to be fair, I
missed out
didn't
on
give
it.
Dishonored too much of a. I played maybe like an hour of it and put it down. But from the hour I played, it was really cool. I don't know why I never really sat down properly and went through the whole game. But yeah,
No, it's a great game. So is 2. Robin can tell
I
you.
just remember the one power that was terrifying but felt so good to use was like you can control like little rats, like
Yep.
to get on the places and kill people. It was fantastic. Oh, I sound like a
This is
psycho.
pretty much what Deathloop looks like to me. It looks like Dishonored in a different setting, different like color palette, which I'm all for.
What kind
It
of
looks
excites me is
fantastic.
it kind of looks like that they're going to be sort of smaller bursts of gameplay from the levels. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like it's going to be, massive sprawling open world, right? It sounds like it's going to be just short kind of levels potentially.
See what level-based stuff
from what
is
we-
underrated, isn't it?
Yeah, it's I've been kind of missing that in some of my games. You don't always need it to be this huge open world, right?
True.
And I love the aesthetic; it looks fantastic. But I'd love to see how the multiplayer ties into it as well.
Does it have multiplayer?
There's multiplayer.
I thought that wasn't that the thing with the thing?
I
I
haven't
thought there was
heard
something to do with how
the
one
thing.
person plays the guy and one person plays the.
Oh no, I
We'll
think
figure
you're
it-
going to be switching between the two perspectives. from
Oh,
what I
is that what it is?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just love Ben saying, I thought it was like the thing with the thing.
The thing and the thing.
Ben, if you want, we can pretend it's multiplayer.
I'm so glad no one watches the show. You know.
I was just thinking. We just went from like making fun of these games to an actual like serious discussion about that game, and I wonder if anyone can go like jump from that frequency to like along with us. I highly doubt it.
Doubtful. Doubtful.
It is in fact a single player game.
I did want to ask Robin about Neo 2/Neo the Remastered Collection in February. What was his thoughts on that? You're going to go back to Neo and play a remastered version of it? Because I think
second
Neo
one
2
was
you're going to
great,
get a free upgrade for, but Neo 1 you're going to have to buy again if you want to
All right.
get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Robin's enthusiastic as always. Brilliant.
Sounds excited.
Yeah,
Please be excited.
fantastic.
Dude, I love the dual pistols in this trailer. It looks great.
I'm gonna shout out my most anticipated game of next year. A
Shoot,
bit of
buddy.
sarcasm in there, but I am really excited for this, which got leaked, and we're gonna get a full announcement on Tuesday. But finally, Persona 5 Strikers. Am I right, guys? Let's go! Yay! Oh, you can move on.
Have you got cricket noises?
I've been willing that into existence all year, and it's finally happened. It's finally
Is this
coming.
like Mario Strikers? Is this a Persona soccer game? Because I could get down
No,
for that.
I wish it was, but no, it's a Musou game, but it's a sequel to the first game. So yeah.
I like how you said Musou game, like we're supposed to know what that means.
Well, Gage, for someone that's so in tune with games, I would have expected you to know, but I should stop giving you so much credit. But it's essentially a Warriors type of game. Just lots of enemies, beating them up constantly. That
Sick,
kind of
dude.
thing.
Sounds like a lot
Just
of
The
like
fun.
border looks
Uncharted 1.
fantastic, dude.
Sorry. What'd you say, Ben?
Oh, I was just saying the draw distance in this game looks incredible. Look at it. You can see 5 meters in front of you.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what you're in the game for. Yeah. But yeah, no,
I love
really-
Persona. I'll probably
I'm
watch
really
you check this
excited.
out.
And the fact that for a Musou game, they've got like, how do I explain this? They've sort of mixed in the base game and then made a Musou game with it. It just blows my mind. It just blows my mind.
Doing it? We're just wandering around the beach.
Yeah, but like if you play a typical Musou game, this is not what you're doing. You're never doing this. Which
There's
is
normally
like,
swarms of enemies.
yeah, exactly.
So why do you want to play this?
Oh, shut up! Shut up, Robin.
Is
Let's just move on. What do you guys want to?
I know. I legit. This is honestly a serious question.
I'm
but
done. I'm done. No, I'm done.
What are we
We're
actually
going
doing
back
here?
to being serious.
No.
It's a serious
Camille,
question.
we're back to
Camille,
being serious
Camille.
now.
I'm done.
Serious
I'm not
question,
even
ser-
joking.
ser-
Like, what is the gameplay here? Like,
serious
what are
question.
we
No,
actually
serious
doing?
question.
Well,
Serious
I'm
question.
guessing
Who
you're
in the right mind would play this?
Shut up, Gage. You're, I think you're trying to figure out where you're supposed to be going, and this guy clearly doesn't know where he's going. I don't know what he's
That
doing.
could be a problem. Let's just do a voiceover. Let's play for this guy's video.
Man,
I
sounds
look
like a
at-
great game
Look at the
then.
menus, dude. Oh wow.
They do look very cool,
Oh
actually.
wow.
Navigation
Yeah.
of the
I
game.
love Persona 5, dude.
Okay,
Yeah.
Camille,
Mm.
if the if the menu is the best part of your game, maybe your game is not very good.
That's why I like you, Rob. That you speak the truth.
This guy hasn't done any. I think you're right. It must be this guy playing it, Kamal. It must be this video, right? Like you must actually interact with people and talk to people.
Well, yeah, there was a marker saying go talk to this person. This guy just walked off, went to the menu, reloaded something, and then like is back on the beach again. I don't know what
He just
he's
really
doing.
loves running around the beach.
Oh yeah.
He's playing a walking simulator.
Oh, hold on. He might press circle. No.
All right, let's just move on because this is not good content for anybody, and I'm already
this
pissed
is-
off.
This is the best content.
That's
This
quality
is
content. What are you
perfect content.
I love that it does look like a PS1 game.
I was. Oh, shut up, Ben. Really? Fuck off.
Not in a bad way.
No, fuck you, Ben. All right, fuck you.
I love you, Kamal. You're
That's
the best,
officially,
mate.
unofficially a bad opinion, Ben.
Okay, let's be serious. It probably is a PS2 game, right? Not a PS1. Like clearly,
Talking
clearly
of
it's not that
PS2
bad.
games, Destruction All Stars is coming out in February for free.
I'm actually excited to try that out.
Yeah, it looks
Free
good.
multiplayer game on PS Plus.
For free, I'm really excited.
yeah.
If it would have cost me £70, I wouldn't have gone near it.
Oh no way! No, I'd
Yeah.
definitely not be paying that. It looks kind of cool. You can actually get out of the. There's some gameplay outside the cars too, right?
Yeah, I think me and Gage had the same opinion about it, where it just looks too similar to everything else with all the characters and all the emotes and all the
Yeah.
wacky.
What
sort
is
of
this?
band People. Destruction All Stars.
I mean, even if it's going to give me a little bit of that sort of twisted metal vigilante 8 kind of style gameplay, I'm down. I'm in.
Yeah, for free you can't go wrong. You can't go
Yeah.
wrong for free.
I think you're right. The aesthetics and the kind of tone they're going for don't necessarily gel with me, but like I said, the gameplay is good.
It just
And
looks
it's
like
drop in,
everything
drop
that
out
comes
multiplayer.
out these days. There's nothing particularly unique about the characters and whatnot. To be
Yeah.
honest with you.
It's very
For example,
Fortnite-y.
you just see that straight away, like a person with a mask and doing the kawaii face and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, how many times have we seen that? Come on, guys.
Got a question for you, Al. Are you able to lower the resolution of the video stream and up the frame rate? Because it is extremely choppy.
I can up the frame rate, but not lower the resolution. It's at 480p right now.
Okay, could you try bumping the frame rate, see if that helps? Because it could just be on my end, it being super choppy as well, but it's like, because I've got it set up where it's like the whole upper 2/3 of the screen is essentially that, so people can see gameplay, and then us in the tiny
Okay.
little corner. They're going to be watching this, and it's going to be like 2 frames a second. People are going to be getting motion sick.
It's probably how the build's going to come out anyway, so it's quite genuine.
Yeah, right?
Dude, this looks bonkers. This looks great, actually. I'm all in on this.
It looks like it could be fun.
Yeah, it looks fun, but not
Yeah.
£70 sort of
Yeah,
fun.
it
where-
We're
looks
definitely
cool
going to play
for a
this for
PS
a
Plus
weekend
game.
and then just never go back to it.
Yeah, right?
I mean, that's you with games in general.
Yeah, that's what I'm
And
saying. It's going to be great.
You just make me buy stuff and never play with me. You know, Predator. I've played about
Oh,
3 times.
I do.
So,
Don't bring
Worms
up
Rumble,
Predator. You were
haven't-
talking shit about
haven't
me
played.
playing that game last week. I don't want to hear that.
That's because everyone else is enjoying their shiny new systems, and you're forced to play Predator and have to.
Oh, let's not start this again. Poor guy.
Wasn't
Shouldn't get a
You
piece
said
of
enough.
played it because I wanted to, but fine. Damn.
Of course you did. The whole year you weren't interested, and suddenly, oh, Predator's
Dude, I
there.
played it a lot back in the day, but I really wanted to get some trophies.
What's wrong with Predator?
Oh,
Nothing
nothing's wrong with
else.
Predator, Al.
He's just
Nothing
being an
wrong with
asshole.
Predator. Yeah, that's basically it.
And that's Destruction All Stars. That looks fantastic.
I still can't believe you
Fuck.
guys gave shit to me about Persona 5 Strikers while taking nothing into context. I hate you guys,
What's
honestly.
that Kesha video?
I'm just going to bring this up whilst everyone's not talking. Bravely Default 2. The combat looks great. That's it. That's
You
what I
made
want to
another
say.
one?
Let's
God.
Is that a
let's
remake?
talk about
Kidding,
this
I'm
for a
not playing
second.
Bravely Default,
Even
so.
more brave.
I don't know how I feel about
Yes.
Gotham Knights.
I think it's
Actually,
going to be great.
I do. I know exactly how I feel about Gotham Knights and exactly how I feel about Suicide Squad. What the hell are they thinking? Making Gotham Knights not part of the Arkham universe, but Suicide Squad part of the Arkham universe. It makes
One of the games looks good and the other one doesn't.
like
Thanks,
this.
Rob.
This in
You're going to be talking
particular
about Arkham Knights.
is this should be in the Batman Arkham universe. Like this should be the continuation of it. It should be, hey, Batman's dead. Now you're playing as all these characters. Like that would be awesome. But they're
I'm
like,
glad it isn't. I haven't
like
played the other
no,
games.
this is
I'm
a
kind
different
of like
thing.
that it's not tied to it, though, right?
But then
like, they're
why
not
would they
bound
make
to having to follow their
Suicide
own
Squad
rules.
tied to it? Why wouldn't
they
they
shouldn't
make
have.
that its own thing? If they're gonna make
They
either
should
of
have.
them tied to Arkham, why is it Suicide Squad? That makes
Why
no
is it?
Yeah, I've got
sense.
no answer for that.
No sense. Also, this is the best Bruce Wayne has ever looked in a game because he actually looks not like a fake, overblown behemoth of a human being. He looks like a human.
Human being.
That's dude. I tried to play Arkham Knight because it was free on PlayStation Plus. I just couldn't do it because for one, he looks fake, like he's just I'm Batman, and I'm like, okay, you can like. I even put on I put on the Dark Knight outfit because I wanted to play as the Bale Batman, and he looks like he's about to burst out of the armor. And then you look at his face, and it's like he looks like he's 40 years old. And then you hear Kevin Conroy's voice, and it's like, why are you gonna make this guy like 47, but he sounds like he's 60? Like,
Look at that.
so much of that game just took me out of it. But this looks like it could be
This
cool.
looks great. Yeah, I'm definitely one on this day one.
Does the stream look better on your end, Gage? No.
It looks a lot better. A lot better.
Okay.
It's a lot more stable.
The did you guys watch the extended gameplay trailer as well? That actually showed some stuff.
I watched like bits
I
of
think I
it,
did.
like switching between the characters and stuff like that, and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
I could get into this. I could get into
it actually does look really cool.
I hope it is, especially after Avengers. It's like I want something. Like, I like
I'm
Avengers.
still not touching that game.
So
I'm still not going anywhere near that game.
I got Avengers. I bought it over Black Friday weekend because it went on sale. I got it for like $15. Okay, like great deal.
That's a
You
decent
already have a
price.
free copy that you got with your PC.
I'm not gonna play on a PC. You kidding me? That's like I gotta free up space on my third hard drive, and it's like I'm not gonna deal
Oh,
with that.
stop downloading porn, Gage, and you might have some space.
It's not porn. It's fucking Warzone. Holy crap, dude! Downloaded
Oh yeah,
Warzone
you
yesterday.
can download
Jesus.
Warzone. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm back in Warzone, guys. I'm so down to click
As,
some heads.
like as soon as I download Warzone on my PS4 and then delete it, it's never going back in there. It's just staying out completely.
No, come on.
It doesn't
no.
deserve the space. It does not
You're
deserve
gonna
the
miss
space.
out on some
How dare you,
action-packed fun
sir.
because I played a match today.
How dare you?
I did decent. It's great.
Gage,
Oh,
I
yes,
wish
we
you were
said-
like this back in like March. You know.
I was.
Are we squatting up, doggy dog?
I'm so down to play.
Oh,
But honestly,
this
Avengers,
looks great.
Avengers, not bad. Not a bad game by any means.
No, I don't doubt it is.
It's
not a bad game, but
the story.
I'd
Great. I love
Yeah.
the story. I love the characters. I love the
Yeah.
acting. The gameplay
Oh.
is what's missing, and that's what I hope this game nails. Because like
why don't they just do a visual novel then?
it's weird. Like there are certain things you can do. Like when I was playing as Captain America, I felt like him and the Hulk feel the best to play as. Kamala Khan is decent, but Iron Man, Black Widow, and Thor were so unsatisfying. Like when you first play as Iron Man in the intro mission and you're flying and you're shooting, I'm like, this doesn't feel good. Like I'm on rails for this first segment, and then I finally get to combat and I'm just hovering and I'm shooting single shots, or I can charge up and do a dual blast. And Black Widow was okay because I'm like shooting and then I fight and then I shoot. But like Thor, it's like I've never felt so unsatisfied playing a game when I threw Mjolnir at an enemy and called it back. It was
Well, you've played God of War. You're not going to get any better
Dude.
than that, are you?
it was garbage. Everything, it just like I did it and it's like, oh yeah, it's back in my hand. Like, there's no satisfaction like in God of War where the first time I threw the axe, killed someone and called it back, I was like, that was awesome. And Avengers is just like, it's just weird. It just feels off. I don't know if it's just the the timing on it or the audio design or the visuals. There's just always something that doesn't work. And it's
There you have
bizarre.
it.
Gage,
Gage's
it's-
most anticipated game of 2021.
This is the weirdest thing.
Gage, this is you. Are you seriously telling me you're comparing, technically speaking, God of War, a AAA title to Marvel's Avengers, which looks like a PS2 game?
Yes,
Look,
because
they must
God
have
of
had
War,
a budget behind it as well. You know.
So God of War.
Yeah, but that went to
a
whatever
sequel,
like
God of
game as
War.
service.
Still, God of War, a sequel to a franchise that is arguably mediocre. Like, you cannot tell me that, oh, God of War 3 is one of the best games ever. It's great
It's
if you
fun.
love God of
It's
War.
fun.
Even God of War 2, awesome. Very linear games. Like, you mash buttons, that's all they were. They made, like, Twisted Metal. They worked on all these other games. Santa Monica's a good studio. But then they come out with God of War, which, if you ever watch that documentary, that game basically came together in like a year and a half. Because what they were doing was barely working up until that point. When they were doing their E3 demo in 2016, they had multiple backups ready because they were expecting it to crash live multiple times. Yet that game comes out and is like the best game ever. We're talking about the Avengers. Okay, Insomniac gave us a Spider-Man game that was incredible, and now we're getting an Avengers game, officially licensed Avengers game from Square Enix, and it's not even like a 7. It's like a 5.5. Okay? Like, it has so much potential, but the worst thing is, I played it and it made me want to play Jedi Fallen Order because most of the level designs in the first 2 hours feel like Star Wars levels. And I'm like, if I'm going to run around to these environments and climb stuff and break stuff open to get somewhere else, I'm going to go do it with a lightsaber. Because, like, I'm not a big fan of Jedi Fallen Order, but at least it's Star Wars and it feels like Star Wars. This barely feels like Avengers. Barely.
You said level design, and you put Jedi Fallen Order, and I just had flashbacks, dude, of being lost for ages in those fucking levels.
It's not necessarily like Jedi Fallen Order itself. It's more of like the way that the art direction and some of the first levels are. They feel like Star Wars when you're in like the you find the Chimera, which is the big airship, kind of like the one in the movie, but it's different. You find the wreckage of it, and you're inside of it, and it looks like the inside of like an Imperial cruiser or something. And then like this shot here with Bruce Banner. When you're in that area, it feels like you're on Endor, and I was just like, I want to play Star Wars now. I just want to play something Star Wars. So I re-downloaded Fallen Order. I'm like, I'm gonna do New Game Plus. Played that, and it's like, yeah, if Fallen Order had these environments, because they look that good and they're this detailed in the Avengers, if those environments were in Fallen Order, it'd be perfect. But the fact that I'm playing Avengers, and the only thing I can think of is these environments look too good for this crap gameplay. It's just so it's
Batman.
so
Everyone's
fine.
excited for it then.
Yeah.
Sure.
Very excited.
Oh dear.
Far Cry
I'm in
6
it.
is coming out next year too. Did you know that?
Do you know what? I really love that trailer, but then I remember we haven't seen anything gameplay wise from it.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to see the gameplay because I'm a little like burned out. I love Far Cry
I think
5.
after Immortals, I'm like, yeah, probably just need to wait for the gameplay and see if it does anything different.
Dude, Immortals just looks mediocre as hell.
It's probably like a junk food game, in the nicest possible sense.
I've heard it's like fun to play, but like there's nothing to do in it. Basically, it's like you do the missions and that's it. It's apparently like a big open world with nothing.
So like Zelda.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I hope Far
I'm
Cry
not
6 is good.
associating myself with those comments.
I do hope it's good.
Hmm.
Have you guys been
Yeah, the
watching?
trailer, like I say, very, very good trailer.
Yeah.
Obviously, great baddie. I think it's going to be pretty
Oh,
good. But
Yeah,
he's
have you-
putting up one of my potential games
What
of
is
the
it?
year.
Oh, dude.
It's Horizon
Ooh.
Forbidden West.
Oh, the
I
Okay.
exclusive.
Real talk though.
wait for this.
Do you actually think it's going to come out next year?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I do.
They've worked on it long enough. It's been a long enough gap since first Horizon.
Yeah.
And it's not next gen exclusive either. So yeah, it's definitely coming out next year.
Which
Yeah,
is
to be
that
using the
bothers
same
me.
engine, right?
That bothers me.
I feel a little bit deceived because they built it up to be a next gen exclusive, and they're like, haha, coming to PS4. And I don't begrudge it's coming to PS4. I wish
Yeah.
it would have been open with it in the first place.
Yeah,
But
like
that
I
game is
understand-
going to look phenomenal. It's going to feel phenomenal. It's going to play phenomenal. And the story, is gonna be
Nobody-
good.
Nobody believed me when I said that's a last gen now game built on a last gen engine. So
You're
of course
right,
it's going to
Al.
be coming to
You're right.
Okay.
PS4.
So, okay, I take back what I said. I'm actually not disappointed because the thing is, the only real thing that could cause it, well, the only real, shut up. The biggest issue if it was both current gen and previous gen would be loading times, but the thing is it's an open world, so you don't have to worry about that. Like, the actual game design shouldn't be affected, so.
There was very few moments in the first Horizon where you were on a loading screen
Yeah.
anyway, unless you were fast traveling. Like very
So,
little points that you're on a
I
loading
think that'll
screen.
be fine. And I'm excited to see what this game does after what Kojima did with the engine. That's what I'm excited for because they evolved that engine. Obviously, they did it with Guerrilla. It wasn't just Kojima Productions, but what they did for that engine for Death Stranding, the fact that even now, like I've seen Death Stranding run on PC, I'm like, that looks really good. It's like, oh, I want to go back and work on the trophies on PlayStation. It's probably not going to look as good as I remember. Every single time I boot it up on my Pro, I'm blown away at how good that game looks still. Like, it's amazing. So to see what this is gonna look like on next gen, man, I can't wait.
I still think that for this generation that we've just had, Horizon's definitely one of the best looking games on the system for me.
Definitely.
I still remember upgrading my TV and then like turning on Horizon like midway through my playthrough and be like, this looks completely different. This is unreal.
When
The HDR, yeah.
HDR is incredible. I took some of the best screenshots I've ever taken are in Horizon Zero Dawn, and it's ridiculous. I look at those screenshots today and I'm like, how did this come out in 2016? Like, it's baffling.
And we're gonna get some new robot dinosaur stuff, so that's gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun, new enemies.
Did this trailer do anything for anyone? Like for me, it just made me maybe want a gameplay trailer more. I like the end of it, but the start of it didn't really vibe for me. But
We know what we're gonna get from gameplay wise anyway, don't we?
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, it just seemed like this general aesthetics. You had that like dragon come out of nowhere, like in the beginning of the trailer. I was like, whoa, this looks amazing. This fucking elephant, fucking dinosaur thing.
So when I watch this trailer, it doesn't like hype me up every time. I'm like, oh my god, this looks so good. It's just the fact that it exists. Like they were like, hey, check it out, and it's Horizon. I'm like, oh sweet. The fact we're getting one, because I was kind of worried that maybe because there's been rumors Guerrilla's working on a new IP or they're going back to Killzone.
Yeah, Killzone.
So I was kind of
shooter, right?
Yeah. I was kind of worried maybe Horizon was going to be like their one thing. Like we just wanted to do this and it's done. So I'm really glad they made more because I love that world. I love those characters. I can't wait to see more of it.
I think the thing that at the start of the trailer, it's probably more about the environments. Like you see a lot of sparse desert and a lot of brown in the early parts of the trailer, and I don't really want to spend
like
much
she's
time
in the water now.
Yeah, and
doing
and
stuff
that looks really cool. I love that stuff. But
wonder
that
if
kind
they-
of moment where that turtle comes out, I'm like, looks cool.
I'm
But
wondering if they're taking inspiration from Death Stranding and having it take place over multiple regions this time, where it's like, yeah, you're going to be in San Francisco, but you're also going to be in Utah somewhere, and then you're going to be somewhere else because it's the Forbidden West. So presumably you're going to be starting off wherever they're at and heading west. So I'm wondering if they're going to have that kind of
Well, we saw with the DLC for Horizon that they primarily made it take place over a very snowy area and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So I think you're absolutely right with that.
yeah, the first one had the different biomes there, but yeah, that's one of my favorite games of all time. The first Horizon, it was just
So
what
good.
Guerrilla did was so good.
Yeah.
It took me forever to play it because I was like, it doesn't look like it's going to be my thing. And I bought it like pre-owned at GameStop and booted it up. I'm like, this game is awesome.
Yeah.
What have I been missing?
So
Holy
good.
shit. It's
So creative. I mean, I know there's a lot of people saying that, hey, look, it did borrow from other games, but I think it did it in the right way. It's like it took them, but kind of made it its own. Like, especially with
Al,
the
can
crafting
we put up a
mechanics.
trailer for the other big Sony game that we're all excited for?
I swear
That's
to God,
also going to look phenomenal.
I swear to God, if you say Temtem, I'm going to be
Tell
so
me,
pissed.
go ahead.
Why would I say Temtem? That's Ben.
Because you
Ratchet and Clank.
whatever. Okay, yeah.
Yes, this is my most anticipated game of next year.
No, not Temtem, for fuck's sake.
No!
Look at that.
Oh, no.
So first,
Sorry,
you
Gage.
you make me waste my tea. Then you take the absolute piss out of one of the games I'm really excited about in Persona 5 Striker, and now you bring up Temtem. When will your treachery stop?
Are you saying Temtem is offensive to you? Are you calling it an insult?
I think the
gotta
words you're
finish.
looking for, Kamel, is thank you.
And I quote Snowbike Mike. What the fuck is Temtem? End of story.
I gotta finish.
Best
Ratchet,
Snowbike
please.
Mike
It's
quote
true.
ever.
Yeah. The other Snowbike Mike quote. The dual sense, not all that.
Temtem and Galactus are hanging out somewhere, you know?
Who's Galactus?
Who the hell is Galactus? No, this is actually my most anticipated game of next year. I love the Ratchet series. Some of
There
my
we go.
favorites.
But do you
So
remember
good.
how shocked being with the first Ratchet and Clank, the fact that it was one, so cheap, but then two, everything looked amazing, especially after the update, which came a little later. But how
Yeah,
fun the
yeah.
gameplay is, how authentic it felt.
I think I played 2.5 hours of it.
Oh, it's definitely something you should get back to at some point, Gage.
It was
if you've
good.
got
I
time.
liked it. I'm like, this is cool,
Yeah.
but I never played Ratchet and Clank back in the day, so there was like zero.
You didn't play Up Your Arsenal?
No.
Or Going Commando?
The only one I played was All for One, which was the free PlayStation Plus back on PS3. There was like the 4-player co-op one, and it was okay. And
Pretty
so
fun.
I just never had the nostalgia for it. So
A Crack in
Yeah.
Time is probably my favorite.
It was cool.
That and the remake.
I want to see. Well, they'll never do it because Naughty Dog hates old games, but
Jack and
Jack
Daxter.
and Daxter would be cool because they did the remaster, which I bought on Vita, and what a pile of trash it is on Vita. It runs at like 10 frames a second. It's fucking absurd.
Al, just a quick question: is this running at 60 frames per second on your end? The video itself, the YouTube video itself. Just check it.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
I think
Even
that's
at
why
2
it might be
frames per
choppy.
second, it looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
That's-
Discord. It's just
I'm
our
just
feeds.
theorizing why it might be choppy compared to 30 frames.
I think it's just compression. I've noticed like usually when it's super fast moving stuff, it comes through choppier on our end. So I think it just has something to do with
The bitrate.
the bitrate that Discord's using.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, I cannot wait for this, dude.
It does.
Yeah, just
I
to
have
see
no
what they can do with
nostalgia
the
for Ratchet and
PS5.
Clank. Like I only played bits and pieces, but this was my game of the show when during the PS5 reveal because it was the only one that felt next gen to me at the time.
As far as we know,
completely
it's
did not
only
notice-
coming to PS5, right?
Yeah.
I didn't notice when they were revealing the no loading, when he was going through the polls. I didn't know that's what they were trying to showcase there, and so it totally blew my mind. I think
It's
we were on
all
the Sass
in
Cast
real
afterwards
time, which
talking about it.
is-
Like, what, really?
Yeah.
Crazy,
Yeah.
It's so
crazy.
And like some people, I know they're picking it apart in the beginning. It's like, look at that. It's not even loading in the full assets. And I'm like,
Oh, Gage, you're
who
cutting out a bit.
cares? Like, it's so impressive they're able to do that. The fact that they can actually load stuff like that.
Here we
Like,
go. Here it goes.
And the fact that
So
it's
good.
going to shift perspectives, isn't it? At some point,
yeah,
like when you
Yeah.
go through these
like
like portals
alternate
and stuff.
reality.
You go from like riding a dragon, is it, to like just all of a sudden you're on like flying vehicles. Like that's one thing Ratchet series does so well is just making each world feel so unique and so fresh.
Yeah.
So you,
Mhm.
it's, I think some games that I feel overstay their welcomes in their settings, but your Ratchet's so good about you've gone from this one, then moving to the next one, keeping it feel new. Great, but here these portals here look so much fun.
I really
I
want to know
only
more
played
about it.
the PS4 game, but I can't fucking wait for this one.
Hell yeah, buddy.
Definitely get it done soon, Robin.
Yeah.
Definitely get it done soon. I just want to shout out Mr. Hanky in the background. I've only just noticed him.
The
That
Christmas
thing says
tree.
Christmas like Mr. Hanky does.
Very festive, Al. Very festive.
Wow.
There we go.
Oh, this looks so good. Yeah, I cannot wait for this. When do you think we're getting it? We're going to get it March, do you think?
Let's go.
We know
March,
it's coming
come on.
soon.
Yeah.
March doesn't
Like
look
March.
that busy.
February wouldn't even surprise me. I feel like they've got it pretty much gold, right? Or it's almost near gold.
It's gotta be, yeah. Because they've had long enough to work on it.
So I was talking to Teddy, who's a kind of funny best friend, and he was telling me like this game's got a lot more people working on it compared to like a sub team that will work on it last time. They've got a way bigger budget for this game as well, so yeah, I totally expect it to be done.
but yeah,
soon.
because
They've had a lot of time too.
didn't Insomniac like increase their staff by like 50% or something like a year or two ago, back when Sony purchased them? I remember hearing they like did like a massive wave of hiring, so they've got a
Yeah.
lot of people working on this, or between this and Spider-Man stuff.
So
Love the unique-
my friend was saying
unique
that
rating
they had
again.
like 3 teams that were working on Spider-Man, Ratchet and Clank, and VR projects simultaneously. And yeah, now they've got just one team focusing completely on Ratchet and Clank, which is going to be great.
What a fun project to work on too for those people. It's such a cool world. And yeah, like I said,
It's good.
the weapon design is some of the best in video games.
Mr.
period. Like,
Zurkon does not give mercy.
good, dude. I love how they have the standard sort of weapons, like you've got your traditional kind of shotgun that you can level up, that kind of thing. You've got your machine gun equivalent, but then you get like the Groovatron where they're like, all of a sudden you've got like dancing penguins on the screen and shit. Like it's so cool, dude. So creative.
Oh god, he's just brought up Ghostwire Tokyo, which I was excited for at first, and then
Yeah.
they showed some more gameplay of him. Like, oh,
Yeah,
for fuck's sake!
I don't know how I feel about
Come
it
on,
after
guys.
watching the gameplay. It looks, I don't know. I
There's
just
new gameplay that's not in this trailer.
it doesn't look,
Yeah. very
especially
handsy.
after. So have you guys played Evil Within or Evil Within 2?
No, I've got it on my system, but never played it.
Okay, you can ignore the first one if you want. The first one's good, but it's very dated. Like playing the Evil Within 1, it feels like you're playing a PS2 game. It's very, very clunky, extremely linear, which isn't always a bad thing, but like in this context, it just feels like, I don't know, it doesn't feel good to play. Like even like, you know, old Resident Evil games like Resident Evil 4, you still had some areas that were a bit more open, and it's like, oh, you can kind of explore a little bit and find secrets. The first Evil Within just always feels like, go through this hallway, kill this enemy, go through this door, watch a cutscene, go here, sneak around, and it's very slow. Doesn't feel good to play. But the second one is fantastic. I love that game. It's gives a bit more freedom. It looks better. It plays better. You're not doing this weird, bizarre, like the first game's camera, even if you take off the letterbox bars, is so bad because it's like not only is it super close to Sebastian, but it's also off to the side of it too far, where it feels like every time you rotate the camera, you're like on this dolly orbiting around them, and it's very disorienting. So,
do we think this game might be in trouble? Because if you remember, the lady who came out and revealed it,
oh god, what's her name?
Ikumi Nakamura.
Yeah, Ikumi.
Yeah.
She left the company, and she was the creative and art director. So like, ooh, what's going to happen with this game?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the style of it. Actually, to be honest, some of it looks great, and then other parts look very previous gen.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They look the graphics look worse than Evil Within 2. Like, Evil Within 2 is a decent looking game, but this does look like it looks old.
It doesn't look fun either. Like the gameplay.
It's gonna have to have some like rave reviews for me to be like, all right, fine, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be fun to play, but for me, the gameplay doesn't look.
The moment they started showing this, I'm like, this doesn't look good. It looks like they're trying to do like an Arcane thing, except poorly.
Right.
It looks like the BioShock powers, but without the gunplay and other elements. Like it just looks like it's all very magic powers and stuff, which could be fun, but I don't know if it actually looks very. When you get your hands on it, I don't know if it's going to be much fun to play by the looks of it.
I hope it is, because I like oh my god, I'm blanking on their name. The studio.
Bethesda Softworks.
No.
Yes.
Them, not they're the. God, what's their studio name?
Oh,
I want to say Machine Games, but those are the guys that make Wolfenstein.
That's Wolfenstein, yeah.
Oh, this game right
Son
here.
of a bitch.
Tango.
Tango,
So
yes, thank you.
Fucking excited.
Plus, it's Shinji Mikami, so like I
Look
hope it's
at
good. But
yeah, I think it still could be, and I love the first trailer and I love the aesthetics of that.
Yeah.
I just hopefully they can have more time with it and actually pull it off. But
yeah, and like we've seen previously, that could be an old build. They just hadn't put together and just didn't update the what we were seeing, so it could be a lot different than what we're actually going to get at launch.
So Kina's one of those games that was supposed to come out, eventually got delayed till next year. And look, them having extra time to work on this game, I've got no doubt this is going to be an absolute banger.
Yeah.
Especially playing something like the Pathless, I've got full faith in this game.
They're pretty small.
It
looks
too.
looks so cool.
Is
I know
Pathless
more
worth
games
playing,
have that
man?
style.
I can't remember what the movie studio. It's a massive movie studio, but it looks exactly like one of their films.
Yeah, it looks good. All
I
running.
was gonna say, actually,
on
watching
Unreal
that new
Engine
Lupin
4.
trailer, it kind of has a similar sort of style.
Unreal
Yeah.
Engine 5, I'm not sure.
Yeah. There should be gameplay of this somewhere here, or there's definitely gameplay out there of Kina.
Yeah, looks fun. Here we
Go.
A little bit there. Like this.
Yeah, the
looks-
environments.
That makes me feel very nostalgic for like the PS2 era action adventure games.
Yeah.
Like in a good way though. Like the very kind of stylized,
The world looks like it's breathing and living, and that's the biggest compliment I can give to it.
very colorful, very animated, kind of like Jack and Dexter was back in the day, stuff like that. Very.
Hell yeah, dude. I think they've also said it's a relatively short game, haven't they? Which kind of excites me, actually.
Yeah,
You'd probably shout out to Rex. He makes some great content, by the way, guys. Especially for Monster Hunter fans. He's a good follower. So, but yeah, I don't mind that either. To be honest with you, give me a nice narrative experience.
Yeah, I'm kind of
something I
burned
can
out
play
on
through
long
twice.
stuff. I say that now, but I swear to God, I'm gonna sink 300 hours into Cyberpunk.
Well, it depends on the game. You know, it has to be interesting to want you to play like 300 hours, and like 300 hours is not going to feel like 300 hours
Yeah.
if you enjoy it.
If you want to
That's-
play, like
yeah.
if the game is like, hey, I want to play this because it's a lot of fun. I don't want it to be like a, well, I'm just gonna say Last of Us 2 scenario where it felt more like I have to finish this now rather than I want
Yes,
to.
absolutely,
Like-
absolutely.
Again, I'm
And that's
not.
why
Shout
nowhere
out
near
to
my game of
Vits.
the year.
Shout out to Vits Patel. I would have to play this just for Vits.
Dude,
You
I'm gonna
talk
have to,
about Gran
Agent
Turismo
is
7.
a huge fan
Dude,
as well of Gran
Largent,
Turismo.
Largent loves Gran Turismo.
Oh, it's large.
Nice.
Dude, he like straight up, he'll like put like Gran Turismo 5 on and he'll do like the simulated races, and while they're playing he'll just like bring up a Switch, play Zelda or something while they're doing that, because you can just basically pay a driver, an AI driver, and they'll do the race for you, so you don't have to do anything, and they'll still win and give you like a crap ton of money. So like
He's a hustler, dude.
he's into these games, dude. So
I love GT2. Like GT2, one of my favorite games of all time. Like the amount of vehicles they had in that game, the amount you could customize them, and even that little rally mode was so cool. But what really excites me about 7 is what they're going to do with the haptic feedback triggers. Like that's might actually get me to get this game at launch.
What scares me in a pleasant way about the Gran Turismo games is every time they show me a car, for a second I'm like, hang on a minute, is that real or is that a game? Like,
dude,
Mhm.
it's
looks
Yep.
phenomenal.
I can't wait to see this game running in real time with the ray tracing and everything. Oh god, it's gonna be so pretty.
Especially if the multiplayer is going to be, I'm like good. I'm sure some of us will be squadding up right and playing.
So, question:
Definitely.
is it still like a simulation sort of game, or is there arcadey elements now? Because like for me,
I think it's still
I
fairly,
struggle with simulation stuff.
I think it's still fairly simulation based.
fair.
So it's gonna be it's not easy. I'm good at like arcadey racing games. The last time I played a Gran Turismo game was GT6 against Largent, and we raced 3 races, and it was like he would finish like 30 seconds, 40 seconds before me every single time. We would be in the same car. Like I wouldn't
He
even
is a
crash,
hustler.
and he would just be done, and I'm like, I don't want to play this with you anymore because I'm terrible. It's so bad. But that does look like a lot of fun. I hope it's after Sport. I really hope this one blows up like it should.
Hell yeah. I don't know. I know with GT2, I had that rally mode separate disc, which was very arcadey, which I kind of liked. It kind of had the sim one on the main one, and then you get the rally mode on the second disc. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of it might feel a little bit more arcadey in some of the other modes, but this looks beautiful. This gameplay.
It'd be kind of cool if Polyphony made like their Forza Horizon type game, like their more arcadey game, and then keep
Yeah.
the standard
Yep,
Grand number ones.
I would go for that 100%.
Because like I love,
I appreciate this, but I can't get into it.
yeah, I'm not huge on simulations. Like I'll play it like once every few months just because it's like, I'm gonna go drive a Aston Martin DB7 or something because it's the Bond car or whatever. I'll do that once and I'm like, cool, I came in 7th, I'm done. Like I'll let it sit for a few more months. But like arcadey stuff, I can do that in my sleep. They're so fun.
Also, loading times. That's one thing I've always had a problem with GT4. So if there's way less loading times on the PS5, that's going to be another thing that might actually get me into this.
Yeah.
Looks stunning though. That's incredible. When do you think we're getting GT7?
I feel like it's probably gonna be.
I can see that being August.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably like a
What
summer
a
game.
lineup for PlayStation, dude. This is insane. We haven't even talked about probably the next one that Al might be bringing up, God of War Ragnarok.
There's not much you can show.
There's nothing to bring up. Yeah, I tried. There's really nothing.
It's just like
But they
I
deleted
could
it.
absolutely no. It's literally it was only like showing you like a flash logo of Ragnarok.
Yeah, just
they
the
didn't
title
show
saying
it.
What a
2021.
logo.
Yeah.
What a logo.
Just
though,
show some
you know?
footage of Sweden.
If there's one game that's probably not going to come out next year, I can probably see it
You
being
think?
Ragnarok. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
yeah, I can see that being delayed.
Oh, it's not like they need it, right?
No, they
It's-
absolutely don't.
Just give me that game when it's ready.
It's possible, but I mean, at the same time though, they have been working on it for a few years already. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so it can come out next year, but I'm not going to be surprised if it doesn't. To be honest
Right.
with you.
As long as I get Horizon or God of War, that's all I care about, one or the other.
Mm.
As well as
Probably
obviously
getting
Ratchet.
Horizon then.
Not something you have to bring up, Al, but Yakuza Like a Dragon, the PlayStation 5 version is finally coming out. I can't wait for that game.
Nice.
I want to
It's
play
just-
that, dude.
Like a Persona-esque Yakuza game with just tons of hilarity. You know, like a fucking woman with shopping bags just coming out of nowhere and joining your party. Like,
Yep.
throwing a water bottle at someone for 10 damage. I can't fucking wait. Me and Phil are really excited for Monster Hunter Rise. Monster Hunter is just a very addictive game for me, and yeah, I can't wait to play that on my Switch with a few people. Every time I go to Japan, I love going to the arcade and playing this one game. It's called Love Live. It's like a arcadey sort of game, and they're bringing out one for the PlayStation in the West for the first time. So that's gonna be fun to have that experience because I'm not gonna be able to go to Japan next year, unfortunately. So yeah, just those 3 games for March. Has anyone else got anything they're excited for? I know Robin should be excited for Near Replicant.
Oh yeah, can't fucking wait.
Right. Do you want to pitch to Gage why he should be excited for Near Replicant?
Well,
There's more endings.
yeah, there's even more playthroughs, Gage.
Jesus.
Exactly, Gage.
You'll love it.
Jesus. You know what I'm looking forward to next year?
Final
Hopefully.
Fantasy 16, which is probably not
PlayStation
coming
5?
out next year.
Shut up, Robin. Final Fantasy 16
I don't
would
know
be
if it
great.
is, dude.
I'm looking forward to E3 if it happens.
Ooh,
I'm
yeah.
probably
I think it will happen at a very limited capacity.
I'm
I think they're
probably-
going to ditch the whole bringing fans in.
Yeah, I think I'm more excited for game announcements next year than I am games, because next year we're at the point now where if we don't get an announcement, like an official here's gameplay for Starfield or Elder Scrolls 6 next year,
You're
think
not
that
seeing
we
Elder
can-
Scrolls 6 gameplay next year. Sorry, buddy.
I don't
Who
know.
cares?
They've been working on it for a while.
Starfield's coming out first, and then they'll worry about Elder Scrolls.
They're already working
They're
on
not
Elder
gonna-
Scrolls 6 though. They've
Oh,
already
are they?
shown
Oh,
development
yeah.
footage
Look
of
at
it.
this.
Oh,
We already
I
got a
take that
trailer,
back. In
remember?
that case.
No,
Yeah.
no, they didn't show development, did they? They just
Yeah.
said they're working on it.
No, they did. What, you guys
They
don't watch
showed
No Clip? That's messed
They
up.
showed a trailer
I'm
like it was.
gonna call Danny O'Dwyer and be like, hey,
Nice.
you guys. No, it was during their like Fallout 76 thing. They were showing off. They had like a second bonus video or something where it was what they're doing later on, and they were showing like their new tech and stuff, and they were showing them going out and scanning environments and putting them into the game. So they didn't show a ton, but they did show them modeling stuff for the game and putting characters and
Oh,
stuff
can
like
you
that.
click
So
on that huge leak thing?
so
that
oh
nice
great, yeah,
clickbait?
that's gonna be fantastic. So
I've just seen that trailer for the third one down.
so they have been putting stuff
What?
into it, making.
Is this legitimate? Is this actually?
No, this is probably a Skyrim mod or something.
Like Elder Scrolls 6 is what's going to get me to buy a brand new PC, like a top end. Like
Nice.
I can't wait. Like Skyrim was all I did on my PC, so like yeah, definitely Elder Scrolls is definitely going to be a PC game for me.
When do you think
Oh,
it's
I
coming out,
can't
Kyle?
Probably 2023 or 4, let's say.
I'd probably say
Yeah.
2022 at the earliest, 2023 more likely.
Yeah, I reckon 2023 sounds pretty good.
Probably next November we might get Starfield. I'm thinking it could be a next November game.
Can we talk about Carl's Game of the Year for next year, which is going to be Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX,
Yeah.
which is like
I have
two
no
monsters
idea what that
thing.
Robin?
Hopefully
No.
I had no idea they were making like some sort of remaster for it. Like it
It
blew
doesn't
my
need to be
mind.
remastered, dude. It's perfect.
I got it on my Switch to play with Carl at some point.
It's that top one there, Al. Top one. That's the original.
Oh, top one, okay.
Oh, no, that's not it. That's weird. Here we go. This is the original.
Oh,
It's so
very nice.
good.
And I didn't know that Tom Happ was working on Axiom Verge 2, which is going to be Nick Scarpino's Game of the Year.
All
Nice.
right.
Yeah,
Very nice.
look at this
Axiom
gameplay. It's
Verge too.
perfect.
Anyone know what one hand clapping is?
It's a
that'll
fun
get us
game you can play with.
demonetized.
I'm not going to finish this sentence.
I saw it on a list. I have no idea what it is.
What
It's a
list
nickname
are
for
you
something, Robin. The one hand
looking
clap.
at? Yeah.
Games Writer.
I'm gonna look that up right now.
Don't. No, not on stream. This guy knows what he's doing too, this player. You get that guy first, then you go back, then you get the ghost, then you drop down.
This looks
That's
like
how you do it.
This looks like the old MS-DOS games I used to play on my old-ass PC when I was a kid.
Oh, this is way better than that, Gage. This is perfection. This is gameplay at its finest.
Back when it was like, you have
Um,
you have 5
Has anyone
colors.
excited for Returnal? House Mark?
Yeah.
Dude, I haven't been excited for a Housemarque game for a long time. Like, I was so stoked for Next Machina, and it was cool. I liked it. And then they put out Matterfall, and I'm like, this game sucks. It just doesn't feel good to play at all. And they're like,
I loved Alien Nation. That was really cool.
I did like that one, but then they're like, we're not doing arcade anymore. And it's like, well, you've already proven you can only do that like 50% of the time. So what the hell are you going to do now?
I was gonna say, yeah, they didn't really do arcade every time. Like there was Dead Nation, Alien Nation. I feel like they're probably their biggest sellers, right?
They're still fairly arcadey though, but even then,
And
it's like,
Resogun must have done fairly decent, right?
dude,
Considering it
Resogun,
was PS Plus.
that
Well, it
platinum
was
a
like at the
bitch
very
to get.
beginning of like the PlayStation 4 generation. So
Oh, dude, all those voxels, man, that was a show off for the PlayStation 4's tech.
So good.
so
They're so good.
how about Halo Infinite? That game that was supposed to come out this year at launch and just
I'm excited for that, dude.
didn't do it.
I
Pick it
have
up
to
on
see,
PC.
I have to see their next build because after everything that's been going on with that game, I am, I don't know. After them, like,
Yeah, I don't know if it's actually coming out next year. Do we think it's coming out next
I
year?
don't think
Yeah,
so.
it has to. It has to.
It
I
has
don't
to.
know.
Has to,
2021.
You reckon?
All of the team
what
change-ups
else is
they've
gonna
had and
fucking
everything,
come
I
out?
don't know. I hope it comes out next year, and I
Halo
hope
5
it's
3.
good.
Yeah.
God, I hope Halo Infinite's good. I want it to be good so bad. I need
I've
good
never
Halo.
seen someone be so dejected like Gage was on that one Sass Cast when he was breaking everything down. He was so excited and just like
It's
I think for
so-
like a couple of moments after that like
This
trailer initially when we were
is
watching it live,
so
you were so
devastating
excited
to
for it and then
watch
you were
'cause-
like, I've been deceived.
Dude, the stream I was watching was like 540p, so it was hiding all the flaws. I'm like, this looks like so much fun. Oh my god. And then I watched like the 4K release after. I'm like, why does this look like a late gen 360 game? Like
I'm not gonna lie, I've got the collection on PC and this is how
and I just
exactly
want to
the
bring up
first game
right
looks.
here. One of the biggest things people were pointing out
Yeah.
was neutral lighting, and in that scene you can already tell it's not on neutral lighting because I can see the fucking shadows. Okay, it's not like, well, it's just neutral lighting. It's like clearly there's not because there's already an arc. You can see the angle of the sun and the shadows it's casting. That should be showing detail on things. That's not where the issue's coming from. The issue is coming from the tree lods loading 10 feet in front of you. So you're looking at it and it's like, that's a two-dimensional sprite until it gets right up close, and now it's a 3D tree. And like the texture quality, like there's so much of this build that, man, it looks fun. It still looks like a blast to play, but I don't know.
Do you think they've had trouble kind of adapting to that? Obviously, this sounds like it's going to be you are playing on the Halo, right? Like it's like one giant open world environment, right? Do
Man,
you think
I
that's what
think
they're having trouble with?
343's had trouble trying to adapt into making a good Halo game since they fucking took over. Dude, 343 is like they
Can't
get
disagree with that.
They get so much right and so much wrong. I haven't liked anything they've done. I thought Halo 4
There's
was
Carl. Was that his name? What's that brute's name?
I don't remember, something like that, but like, dude, Halo 4 not great. I played an hour of Halo 5 and like it's like this game kind of blows, honestly.
Especially when Gears seems to be going in the other
Craig,
direction, right?
it's
That seems to be
Craig.
highly praised now.
Craig,
Craig, I
that's
was
right.
close with Carl.
Oh, dude. I love how like Gage still uses those memes in the chat. Like it never fails to get me. Just like
I love Halo
a
so
face and a
much.
little
Oh
smile
my God.
afterwards.
Dude, I can't tell you
There's
how
a,
many
there's a
times.
lot of pop in there.
Yeah, that was the worst. You see the particle effects popping in and stuff, and I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
understand how. I don't understand how they just, dude. Okay, if you go back like 5 seconds, you can see a giant chunk of the cliff and the horizon pop in. It's so bad.
And people will say
It's
that art,
heartbreaking.
it's the art
heartbreaking.
style, guys. It's the art style, guys. No, it's not down to the art style.
It's
guys.
not
Come
art
on.
style. It's not art style. This is not art
It
style.
looks very Unreal 2007.
Yeah. It looks like they're building out like an Unreal Engine 3, which is like 10 years old at this point or whatever.
But like you said, like you said, Gage, if the gameplay is fun, which actually looks like it is, I'd still definitely check it out.
Yeah,
It
but
still
like-
looks awesome, man.
But for Halo, for the game that was supposed to be like the next gen game, seeing
The
this,
showcase
it's like,
for the next system, yeah.
and the fact they're still doing
Yeah.
it. They're still doing it. All the boxes have Halo on it. They all have Master Chief on them. They're still, all their ads are focusing on Master Chief, and he's not in anything next gen yet.
Didn't the
It's gonna
director
be in
just leave as
Fortnite.
well?
Yeah, they've had
And they
so
just
many.
brought in some of the original OG ones, right?
Dude, I hope it's good. I really hope it's good because I miss Halo so much. Halo 4 and Halo 5 just didn't hit. Dude, I'll still go
That
back and
grapple
play
looks
1,
awesome.
2, 3 and Reach and ODST. Like, whenever. Those are the reason I bought my Xbox One X. Because I missed those. And I've played all of them. Like, they still hold up. They still hold up perfectly. Tried Halo 4, got 3 hours in. I'm like, this isn't very fun. Tried an hour of Halo 5. I'm like, this game is boring as hell.
Well, this looks way more fun than that. And just watching some of this gameplay, at least
Yeah.
the gameplay looks like it's going to be good.
Because it
once
looks
they
like
can,
classic Halo. Like, the gameplay
Yeah.
looks like it feels like old school Halo with a couple nice new additions. Whereas
Yeah,
4
bit
and 5
quicker.
were like, you're playing Call of Duty now. I'm like, fuck you. If I want Halo Call of Duty, I'll play Titanfall. At least they do it right. I'm gonna
Dude,
feel
I want
really
to play
bad.
this now.
There's
Alan,
somebody
can
from
you bring
343 is
up
watching this.
Hogwarts Legacy.
Ooh,
I hope
nice.
that's good.
Absolutely.
I hope
Are we
that's
calling
good.
it? Are we calling it Hig?
You put Heg, yeah.
Heck,
God, I hope Hogwarts
Yeah, I'm
Legacy is
I'm
good.
playing this.
please be good.
It's got to be right from that studio.
I'm hoping if Hogwarts Legacy is good, Warner Brothers will finally be like, hey, people like open world Harry Potter stuff, maybe we should finally make a goddamn open world Lord of the Rings game that's actually good.
What?
Or they can just
Lord
make
of the
another
Rings
good Harry
games.
Potter game.
Shadow of War,
Yeah.
Shadow of Mordor. That great, dude.
Shadow of Mordor, it was a fun 3-hour game that took 20 hours. Okay? Like, it could have been done in 3 hours. I liked it. It was fun. Granted, my only comparison at the time was Destiny, and that game was trash when it launched. But, like, Shadow of War, dude, there's a lot of good there, but holy shit, is that game a fucking slog to get through.
They took that
90%.
Nemesis system a bit too far, where you're just getting attacked every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
By,
Dude,
hey,
the
you
last,
from 5 minutes ago.
the last 2 hours of Shadow of War are so good because it's the closest to an actual Lord of the Rings game you can get. Where you're fighting the Nazgul, and like all these cool story beats happen, and they somehow tie
Yeah.
in with the films, which is awesome. And then it ends. And then they're like, hey, check out the next Lord of the Rings game running on PlayStation 5. Gollum. And it looks like a cartoon. I'm like, who the hell wants
Is that the
this?
same studio?
No, I don't think so. But it's like, I'm pretty sure every Lord of the Rings fan wants a full-fledged game. That's why there was a literal mod for Skyrim called the Middle-earth Roleplay Project, where they were doing a full-on conversion of making Skyrim into a Lord of the Rings role-playing game. And Warner Brothers shut it down. Clearly,
Oh,
people
no.
want that. But instead,
Yeah.
they're giving us a Gollum game. It
What the fuck
looks
were
like
those
a
things?
Al, can you bring up the Gollum game trailer, please? I want everybody to see this because this looks awful. I'm so, like, look at that video right there, dude. This game looks beautiful, and then we're gonna see
What?
Gollum, and it looks like a fucking PS3 game,
I like how you're doing classes and stuff like that.
dude. Yeah,
That's
it's
fine.
gonna be
When
like
are we
Bully. It's gonna be Bully, but Harry Potter, and that is the coolest concept ever.
Does this second one look
can't wait
right
for
to
the-
you?
Malfoy bully DLC. That's what
Yeah,
great.
go ahead and click that one and see if that.
When are we
I feel like
taking
they-
the Pottermore sorting quiz?
I don't know. Is this gonna be?
Well, we know Gage is
screenshots?
Slytherin.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I swear to God, if this is just concept art, I'd be pissed off. Is this gameplay? Look at that! Look at that!
That looks
Is
like Milk
is that
Muffin.
like Baby Craig? That's definitely Baby Craig.
It looks like a
It'd be great.
Telltale game, dude. Like what?
Oh
the
yeah, there's
fuck?
something. This does look like it came out a few years
And
ago.
this
Oh,
is
actually,
the
yeah,
Shadow
about
of
10
War.
years
Is
ago.
this Shadow? This looks like Shadow of War.
This looks like that.
Yeah, this is the
cel-shaded,
Shadow of War right
Prince
now.
of Persia
Look how
game
like
on PS3.
cool this looks, and then they're gonna show freaking Gollum, and it's gonna just be.
I bet it's this one.
I feel like the
Fine.
next Shadow game is going to be good, right?
I
Are
hope
they
so.
going to take what they learned from the second one,
'Cause, like,
surely?
there's,
and
yeah,
just-
there's a lot of evolution from like the Shadow of Mordor to Shadow of War. I hope Monolith puts out the next game and is like, hey, this is literally a full-fledged like massive open world role-playing game. That would
Yeah.
be like my dream game, is if I could play Witcher 3 or Skyrim, but it's, you know, you're going to Minas Tirith, you get to go meet like some of the Dunedain Rangers, or you can just, that would be like the best game ever made for me.
Can we talk about Ben's actually like most anticipated game of next year, which is Leisure Suit Larry: Wet Dreams Cry Twice.
Oh, are you serious? Is that actually a
It's
thing?
a trap, man.
Yeah,
It's a trap.
God, this game just doesn't look
Gosh,
good
dude.
at all. It doesn't.
Are
that
you,
does look
are you guys excited for the Mass Effect Legendary Edition?
Oh hell! I can't wait to play Mass Effect
Yeah.
1 again and then skip the other two.
I can't wait to play Mass
Of
Effect 3
course.
again.
Of course, you think that
Hey, I love the story, but BioWare makes great RPGs, and that first Mass Effect is incredible because it's full on RPG. And then the reason I only got like halfway, no, I played Mass Effect 2 for like 3 hours because you start off and it's like, cool, pick your class. What they don't tell you is, oh, unlike the first game, when you pick your class this time, that's all you get. Like in the first game, I could pick, okay, I'm gonna get bonuses
Pretty
for.
sure they tell you that, don't they?
I don't remember, but like the first game, it was like you pick your specializations. Like, cool, I get bonuses for assault rifles, I get bonuses for shotguns, but I can still use an SMG if I want or a sniper rifle. And Mass Effect 2, it's like, no, you get this loadout and that's it. And I'm like, well, I play BioWare games for RPGs. Like, I love BioWare's
Hey.
RPGs. I don't want to play a shooter from. If I want to play a shooter from them, I'll play Anthem.
You want a space game? Here's a space game, Gage.
Yeah.
What is this? What do we
Honestly,
got? What do we think about this?
I haven't
Al
really
really
seen
wants to
much
talk
for it,
about
so.
this game.
I don't know. It's Housemark. This is
It's gonna be good, dude.
Yeah.
But like, what is it? What is it though? Because I saw this and I still have no idea what the game is.
It sounds like there's going to be some sort of loop game, like
Yeah.
in the gameplay, right?
Like-
Which kind of excites me.
Is it third person? Are we looking at kind of like a
That's going to be a third-person action game, right?
almost like I guess like Quantum Break-esque thing, except with time?
I think it'll be like
Yes,
less of a story
yes.
and probably
Yeah.
more on gameplay, though.
Maybe.
Did we get gameplay for this?
I don't.
No, I think it was just
so.
the
There's
trailer, wasn't it?
screenshots. There are
Oh yeah,
screenshots,
screenshots. Yeah.
which look pretty good.
But like there was that shot there with all the fireballs that looked like a bullet hell. So are we gonna be fighting like in a 3-dimensional bullet hell style?
Well, that's
boss?
kind of what
Right
they're
there,
probably
right
known
there.
for,
Look
isn't
at that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
That's
gameplay.
gameplay.
So it's third person. Okay, so it's gonna be okay, but it's just like walking though. Like what the hell's the actual fucking game?
Wow.
It's going to be. I think it's very going to be probably more like Dead Nation and Alien Nation,
I
right,
don't
than anything else.
Yeah.
Probably
This is
more
something
closer,
that-
obviously closer to the character.
This is 100% going to be a game that I'm not going to touch unless it comes out and people are like, you have to play it. If it's like, oh, it's good if you like this type of game, it's like I'm not going to waste my money with
Isn't
it.
that what people said about Death Stranding, though?
But it's Kojima, okay?
Oh, dude, this looks sick. I
Kojima
haven't
has
seen
never
this.
let me down. Housemark
Whoa.
has. So okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm all in on
So
this.
it's
Yeah.
Hell
it's
yeah,
essentially a Housemark game, but they just shifted it to third person. So it's still
which
that
is great.
bullet hell type, which could be good. It could be good.
We need to.
I need to see how it
leveling up
plays.
stuff though.
Okay, there we go.
There's got to be some RPG stuff in there for me.
That just looks
Dude, this
painful
looks,
to play.
Looks good.
Honestly, it looks too stressful.
It does look painful to play, yeah.
Like, I feel like the 3D bullet hell doesn't work very well. Like, there's too much. It should be you move on a 2D plane, but it's like now I got to go up and down, forward, back, left, right. Oof, looks stressful, man.
What excites me more that we're talking pre-show is about the Helldivers developers working on a new IP, which hopefully we get next year. Because
And hopefully
Yeah,
it doesn't
I'm all-
delete your
I'm all in for
save
that.
after like 5 hours, because that'll be
Yeah.
it
tragic.
did that to me. I was happy to replay that again. That game's fantastic.
Yeah, there's only so many times you can restart a fucking game, Ben. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying. Uh,
Al, do you have to
three
hop
games I
off,
want to
or are you still good for a bit?
I'm still good. We're
Okay,
good.
cool.
3 games I'll quickly shout out because I don't think anyone else here is interested. Is Monster Hunter Stories 2, which is just like a Monster Hunter RPG. Neo: The World Ends With You, like a new The World Ends With You thing that people have been clamoring for, and No More Heroes 3, which was just recently revealed. So
Oh, yeah.
just 3 games out there.
Can't wait for no
And can we also
more.
shout out Lego Star Wars, the Star Wars saga? Is it the,
Oh,
sorry,
God.
the Skywalker
Yeah.
saga?
Nope.
Finally.
It looks kind of cool though, dude.
I was
It looks
excited,
lit.
and
Wait.
then I watched the gameplay trailer for the other day, and it's fully voiced, but they didn't even rip it from the movies. So they got new voice actors to re-record all these lines, and it doesn't sound good at all. It's like either don't do any voice acting for the game at all, or take it from the movies. I don't want to hear these garbage impressions of characters. Like I hated that in like pretty much any Lego game that has to do with like third-party stuff, like Lego Worlds, Lego Dimensions. It's like, oh, you can get Gandalf, but it's some random voice actor, and it's like that's not Gandalf. Okay, that's not
That's
Ian
Mavis.
McKellen's voice. So I don't even
Question
want
for
to
the
hear
panel though: the gameplay actually does look more action centric, right? Like there's
it. It
not.
does. It's a different
It is
style of
not-
gameplay.
Oh, so it doesn't have those annoying, frustrating, silly little puzzles from the first one.
That we know of.
Yeah, it actually just
How
looks
are
like
these
you're roaming around
games?
the Lego world.
How are these games made for kids? I have trouble with these games, with the Lego
Yeah.
games. It's not
remember
intuitive. They're very confusing.
Frankly, I don't know how they're made at all.
Remember that bloody? Did you ever watch that? The Please Be Excited plays of Lego Jurassic World.
That was
The open world game.
Ah,
We got-
shit.
You don't even know where you're going or what the hell is
Yeah.
going on. Like, who the hell
some
can
person's
figure out
like,
those games?
legs are crushed by this machine. They're like, help!
Oh, that poor
Help.
guy.
And
He's
you just
still
left
there. He's
him
still
for
got
like
his crushed
15
legs.
minutes. You like saw him like, yeah, I'll see you later, guys. Like, you just left him for dead.
Yep, sounds like a Lego game.
Yeah.
But also, if we get this, we may get Lego Rebels, which I just want a Rebels game.
I just
Star
want a
Wars
Lego
Rebels,
Lord of the
let's
Rings remaster because I don't want to have to buy a fucking PS3 copy of the game just to
go.
play
Oh,
it.
dude. Yeah, I'm down for this.
I
It
really like
looks
the
so
humor
good, but
in the
the
trailers.
voice acting
so-
it just ruins it for me.
It might grow on you,
you'll
though.
get
You,
over
if-
it. Yeah,
you might
you'll
eventually
get
sort of
over
get
it.
into the
The
feel.
fact that I have to hear Princess Leia as someone other than Carrie Fisher, hell no, I'm not dealing with that. That's ridiculous.
What do you want to do, buddy? Come back from the dead and
No, just
reprise the
rip
role.
dialogue from the movies like they did with every other game.
Jesus, Ben.
Every other game.
There's other ways you could have phrased that, but thanks, Ben.
Like The Force Awakens, it's not a great game, but the fact that it's the dialogue from the movies is great.
I couldn't get into The Force Awakens. I was really into the idea of it until like 3 hours later. I was like, something feels off about this.
Like this could be so good, but it's like the fact that I think Daisy Ridley is reprising a role. I think there's a couple other people are, but it's like I know John Boyega is not going to be Finn because he hates Star Wars now, and I don't blame him. And it's like, well, I don't want to see Finn that's not John Boyega. I don't want to see Poe Dameron that's not Oscar Isaac. I don't want to see these characters that aren't
I get that too.
like dude, it's
What about if you just
Star
play the
Wars.
original trilogy portion of it then?
But it's still the same. Where it's like
It's
I gotta
dirt
hear
cheap
I
on-
gotta hear Luke
it's still-
Skywalker.
Mark,
and it's
Mark
not
Hamill will
Mark
be there,
Hamill.
won't he? Is it
No,
Mark
I
Hamill, or
don't
have they
think
not got
he's.
him?
I don't know if he's in it or not.
That's crazy.
But it's like it's not going to be Harrison Ford as Han Solo. It's not going to be
But they'll
James
get
Earl
that Elden.
Jones.
What's his name?
Dude,
What's
honestly,
the guy's
if-
name from Solo?
no,
Well,
not
Alvin
him.
and
Hell
Well,
no.
can you go back, Hal? What's Yoda got a mullet? What's that? Can you go back?
I don't know. I just
There it is.
it's Samuel L. Jackson, but it's not going to be.
Oh,
What
Jesus.
is
that's
that?
Yaddle. That's Yaddle.
What is that? Oh, is it? Okay, that
Yeah.
makes more sense.
The fuck's Yaddle?
Yaddle. He's the other.
But
He looks like Yoda, but
I think-
he's not Yoda. And
this
he's
might
in,
be a fun podcast one, though, Gage. If you sort of turn your brain off a little bit and just have some fun with the gameplay, it could be cool.
I don't know. I just. That's the thing that
You can do
ruins
it, buddy.
like a lot of modern day Star Wars stuff for me. Like, even like Battlefront 2, I love it, and some of the
Yeah,
stuff works.
yeah.
Like, I love Sam Witwer as Darth Maul. I think he does a great job. Even like, he plays Emperor
Yes.
Palpatine in this. If anybody is gonna do Emperor Palpatine, and it's not gonna be oh God, I'm blanking his name. I'm blanking everybody's
Christopher
names.
Walken.
No.
Guys, it's
Oh my God.
That was pretty good, Kamal.
Ian McDermott.
Very
If
good.
it's gonna be anybody but him, it's Sam Witwer, because like the dude is
Yeah.
perfect for that. But
Shout out
it's
to
like,
the Force Unleashed too, you know?
yeah, even like the clones though, like I love the actor for the clones in the Clone Wars for the Clone Wars. I don't like how
Ben
that
could do it.
voice is now the
I could do it, dude.
it needs to be, dude.
how
Let's
about
rock on.
how about Pray for the Gods?
Tamura Morrison, he needs to be the voice of the clones forever. Like he needs to be. I don't like how they
Jake the Muss.
recast all of them as the Clone Wars actor. It just
Oh shit!
it
nice.
doesn't
Where we
feel
going?
feel
Do you
right.
guys think we're getting Final Fantasy 16 next year?
I don't think so.
God, I hope so.
Nah,
I hope so.
God, I
I
want
I
do
to.
reckon
hope
it'll probably
so.
get pushed.
Yeah.
I'm in a square, so
Well,
I'd be
I'm
surprised if they
25.
keep the name Final Fantasy 16 and not like Final Fantasy 16 minus 2 equals 33
Rebirth.
4D version. Yeah,
Afterbirth, Rebirth,
Arisen.
times 12,
Dragon's Dogma 2. Like,
Final Fantasy
675 days over 4.
Dude, Kingdom Hearts is
and you
trash.
carry over the one.
15. Yeah.
You failed your test.
That excites me that we've got Sam Witwer there playing Emperor Palpatine.
He's
That's
so good.
great.
I love Sam Witwer.
Yeah.
Is anyone going to be picking up Pray of the Gods or Pray for the Gods? Sorry,
The hell is that?
It's going to be a review
that's
one
the
for me.
Shadow
If
of
it
the
reviews
Colossus
well,
esque one.
if it reviews well, I'll pick it up. But otherwise, I can just go back and play the Shadow remake.
Arc System Works are working on the untitled Ruby game as well, so that's probably going to be a fighter, isn't it?
Is that like sequel to Untitled Goose Game or?
No. It hasn't been given a name essentially. So sorry.
Okay,
Okay, so I just
This
looked
looks
up the,
fantastic.
that
that does
looks-
look cool.
I just looked up the Dragon's Dogma 2 leak. I didn't know when it was supposed to be. the fact that it says Q2 of 2022 is devastating.
Oh, sorry.
Dude, that'll be like 10 years.
This reminds me a bit of the Pathless, to be honest with you. I'm digging it.
Dude, that snow deformation
Yeah.
was amazing.
Yeah, it looks cool, dude.
Dude, those hair physics, oh my god. Okay, this game looks pretty freaking great.
Is this out on PC already, early access?
I had no idea.
Funny feeling it might have been. I don't know, or is it?
No,
coming
it's
early
it's coming
access?
out. Maybe it's early access, but it's coming out on Windows, Xbox, PS4,
That
and
looks
PS5. Q1 of next year.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
7 Max. This time it's virtual. Got no idea what that is.
Okay, speaking of these Capcom leaks, so there's a couple things on here that I actually want to ask you guys what you think they might be. Resident Evil Outrage. It's supposed to come out
The fuck's
Q4
that?
next year. What the hell's that going to be?
Some multiplayer bullshit.
Is it
Metal
though?
Gear Survive,
Because there's-
Resident Evil
There's
version.
1, 2, 3, there's 4 Resident Evil games within the next 4 years. There's Resident Evil Outrage, RE4 Remake, Biohazard Apocalypse, and Resident Evil Hank, which is probably just a mistranslation from Hunk. So it's going to be probably a game based around Hunk, which would be pretty cool. 4 Resident Evil games. Can you imagine if Resident Evil Hunk comes out, or Hank, and it's Hank Hill? It's just the story of Hank Hill during the
Wait,
apocalypse.
is that why we've got Hanky the Christmas Boo behind Hell? Is he eating something? Does he do something?
Just imagine
Outrage everything.
doing one more thing. Here's Resident Evil Hank.
Can you imagine?
Dude, they have Street Fighter
Resident
6 listed on here
Evil
3 times.
Hank.
That's absurd.
You guys are killing me.
Gage, you've got to clip that out when we promote this episode. It's just like, hey guys,
Oh,
we're excited for
God.
next year.
Hi guys, my name's Hank. I'm in a Resident Evil. I'm excited to announce that my game will be coming out Q1 2021.
We don't want to talk about
Oh,
the Please Be Accepted
God.
store DLC, do we?
Dude, they got Street Fighter 6, Super Street Fighter 6, and Ultra Street Fighter 6 on here.
I think no, they
Need
must be
Street
like
Fighters.
placeholders or some shit. They can't be all coming out like that.
Well,
Considering
they're
that
year party.
they've decided to extend Street Fighter 5 just recently, haven't
Street
they?
Fighter 6 is slated to come out Q3 of 2022. And then
Okay, that
Super
makes
Street
sense.
Fighter 6 is Q4 2023. Ultra
Which
Street
is like
Fighter
the DLC included.
Ultra Street Fighter 6 is Q4 of 2024.
One of those
Are
is
there
not going to
any-
come out.
Are there any unannounced games that you think we're probably likely to still see next year?
See, next year, probably not, although I do expect an official Grand Theft Auto 6 announcement next year. I would be baffled if they
You're
didn't.
gonna get. What about Game Awards, dude? We're gonna get an announcement there.
But I doubt. I mean, it's
They'll
possible.
probably do their own thing, right?
They usually do, but
Al, can you bring up a trailer for Tribe 9? Now, this is a game I'm so curious about because they looked fucking insane. And it's from the guy that did Danganronpa. He's left that Spike Chunsoft and he's gone to make his own studio called 2Q Games. But Tribe 9 looks
Oh, that's
phenomenal.
cool.
Dragon's Dogma
yeah,
came out in
it's
2012.
so cool.
Yeah.
What
it'll
about Deep Down
10
and Wild?
years.
Are we gonna get Deep Down and Wild next year?
We'll never get Deep
shit.
Down.
If you want to, Ben.
At this point, Deep Down, Jesus.
Deep Down and Wild with Hank.
I'm so tired. You can't tell.
I'm so sorry.
No, this looks great, dude. This looks fantastic.
You guys think we're gonna see Elden Ring?
Lord of the Rings.
Elden Ring at Game Awards.
Elden Ring.
I wish, dude.
We're gonna get a trailer
I
next
think we
year.
are.
That's-
I think we're getting it at Game Awards. Like the fact that
Yeah.
people are hearing a sound effect in Demon Souls that I went back to the Elden Ring trailer and listened to. It's literally just the Elden Ring sound effects of the hammer. It's the exact same sound effect. So I think they're teasing like the resurgence of Elden Ring.
I'm both excited and worried for Elden Ring.
I'm
Get
worried
Railroad
about
Martin out of there,
anything
dude. We
that
don't need
George R. R.
Railroad
Martin
Martin.
does now.
We
I
don't
love
need
how
him in there,
he's
dude.
he's gonna put out a game before he finishes Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Remember
He's
Game of
never
Thrones?
finishing that, dude.
Dude, Game of Thrones was a great 7-season series.
That's a great 2-season show.
A great one season.
It was maybe a
No.
great. It was like a great 4 seasons and a good 3 seasons, and that was it. Dude, season 7 of that show was incredible. I'm so glad they ended it after that.
There's one thing I'm really
Scarlet
curious
Nexus.
about for next year, and it's Project RE Fantasy. Now we don't know the actual name of it, but
Resident Evil
the guys
Fantasy? What the
who've
hell?
done like Project RE Fantasy.
Resident Evil
So the
Fantasy.
people who did Persona 3, Persona 4, and Persona 5, the director, the art stylist, and I think the composer who's Shoji Meguro, those 3 people have all left the Persona team now, and they're working on something called Project RE Fantasy. And I'm just so curious about what that's
I
going
swear to
Oh,
God,
right.
looking like.
if they officially reveal the title and it's just RE Fantasy without the project, I'm gonna go ape shit. That's the dumbest thing companies do. Where it's like, check it out, it's Project Octopath Traveler, and then like a year later, it's like, check it out, it's just
I still remember
Octopath
Colin's
Traveler.
reaction to that, and it kills me to this day.
Dude, it's such a dumb,
Traveler.
dumb like naming convention. Like, call it something different if you're gonna have a cool project name. That's why
And
it's like, when
this
you-
is what makes me curious
yeah,
whether or not
like
Persona
Rogue
6 is
One
going to be any good, because
wasn't-
like 3 of the most influential people behind those 3 games, 3, 4, and 5, are now gone from it. So
yeah.
yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. Sorry, you were going on a
Oh,
rant
I was
about
talking about project
RE
names. It's like,
Fantasy.
wasn't like Rogue
Yeah.
One's initially called like Project Ragtag? Oh no, that was Jedi Fallen Order.
Visceral Star Wars.
But that was
Amy
Fistfuls, dude.
Hennig.
Project Ragtag. That's a dope name. They're not gonna call it Project Star Wars Outer Rim or something, and then just call the final game Star Wars Outer Rim. That's stupid. That's
Is
stupid.
nobody
wait for
excited for Shadow Warrior 3?
Dude,
Um,
no, I'm not excited for anything
I'm
Shadow
no
Warrior. When I bought the first game on PlayStation 4, 2 years after launch, the game crashed on the main menu every time if I was connected to the internet. If I was just connected to the internet,
That's a different game.
no, it's not. It's the same. It's the
You
first.
Oh
So
it's the
many
shit!
first
This
Pikachu.
is Shadow Warrior.
what a
Oh.
garbage thing. If 2 years after the game comes out, just simply being connected to the internet will cause the game to crash every time. I had to disconnect the internet. I booted up the game. I played it for an hour, and I'm like, this is not worth it. I'm done.
Mind you, your PS4 does act like shit most of the time.
Hey,
so
that was the
doesn't it?
original
So-
That's
PS4 that
true.
is still running totally fine. It wasn't my Pro that, dude, my Pro has been, so you know when like the power goes out, the PS4 shuts off, like it's off.
Yeah.
You reboot it, it beeps at you and says you turn it off properly. It does that almost every other day, just powering up. I'll boot it up, and beep, the lights come on, and then they're just off, and I go to power it on again, and it's like, you didn't power it down properly. No joke, I did that yesterday, and it boots up, and it's like, please insert USB and install system software. It's like, what the hell? I had to hard power it down, reboot it. It worked fine after that, but dude, it's
I
on
like
its
how your
last legs.
PlayStation acts like your cat, like just a complete arsehole towards you.
Dude, I can't get a PlayStation 5, and my PS4 Pro is like on its last legs, and it's awful. It's
That's
so
so funny.
sad. It's so
I mean,
sad.
so sad.
It's
Uh,
terrifying.
Two other games I'm very excited for: Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remaster, which is a
Jesus.
brutal game, and yeah, Shin Megami Tensei 5. So yeah,
Shin Megami Tensei 10,
both Atlas stuff.
Shin Megami Tensei 4.5_37 Rebirth remake.
Oh, shut
dude.
up! God, you're so
God,
hilarious,
are we-
aren't you?
Are we getting Bayonetta free or any Nintendo games next year?
I
Metroid.
haven't seen it pop up. I don't think they've. Yeah, I haven't seen it pop up on this list.
Are there any Nintendo game like Nintendo first party?
What about Metroid Prime 4?
So you've
That's
got
never coming out.
Nah.
you've got Breath of the Wild 2 potentially
Dude,
Oh, yes.
coming out next year.
Pikmin,
The new Pikmin game should be coming out at some point next year as well.
Yay!
Yay, I guess.
But how
New
about some
Pikmin is coming
Squidward?
out next year?
What?
What?
No, that Elder sounded way more excited than I don't know you're a big Pikmin fan.
That was like the most like cheerful, childish thing. New Pikmin
you're
next
like,
year?
"Oh,
What?
Pikmin!"
Well, considering that's supposed to have been in development for ages, and they've just released, the sort of remaster game on the Switch. So you assume
Wow.
that they're going to follow it
Is it
up.
worth playing?
You know.
Is it worth giving a shot?
Well, a lot of people have been
Yes.
raving and ranting about it.
Absolutely.
saying it's one
Okay,
of the best
I'll
games
talk
of the
shit
year.
then.
I think there's a demo of it as well that you can get. So
When are we gonna
don't sleep
get
on it.
PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale 2?
Never.
Dude,
Sadly, they shut down. Was that Superbot? Was it Superbot?
that game would be
Was around.
amazing nowadays.
I know you guys are looking forward to Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, aren't you?
Hell no.
Big time.
After
Big
seeing
time.
Kratos in Fortnite, I just want to see a PlayStation like battle royale. Well, that would be fantastic.
There's no
Be
chance
so good.
Final Fantasy 7 Part 2 or whatever comes out next year, is there?
No, I think we're still
No,
probably 2 years
No way.
away, if even that. I feel like by the time Part 2 comes out, nobody's gonna really care. It's gonna be like, well, been 5 years. I guess I can play it. I don't know.
When you say nobody, it's just you, really, isn't it? Gage? let's be honest there.
I don't know. It feels like they got to do something big to make it like really cool, because they almost did in the ending of
Giant
Part 1,
chocobos.
and
Yeah.
Oh, man.
they need to double down and be like,
There
hey,
was,
it's
there
gonna
was a
be.
giant chocobo, to be fair. There was a
must
giant
have missed
chocobo.
it.
They got to be like, hey,
not
like,
that
you're
far.
playing.
Yeah, it's one of the AR challenges.
You're
I
playing
think,
in like
or
two
VR
separate
challenges.
timelines now, or something like that would be awesome. But if it's like they just show it and it's just more Final Fantasy VII, it's gonna be like, well, why? Like, clearly, you did all this stuff to like make Zack alive. So, like, are we playing two separate
Spoilers,
timelines?
dude. I haven't
or-
finished it yet.
Dude, you've had like 6 months, man.
You can't say that. You don't finish games. What are you talking about?
Gage just doesn't care, though, does he? That's the difference.
It hurts.
He just wants to see the whole world burn. Stalker 2, which is an Xbox exclusive, is coming out
Why
next
do they
year. That's a first-person shooter horror game.
Why are they bringing Zach Braff back? in
What's it
Final
called?
Fantasy?
It's called Stalker 2.
Oh yeah, that actually looks really cool.
Dude, Stalker's a great franchise. Well, I guess call it a franchise. There's like standalone
All one of them.
stuff. I mean, there's like standalone content made for it, so you could call it a franchise.
But yeah, that's mostly most of the games for next year that are of note to me, I guess. Looking through this list, yeah, I don't think there's much else at the moment. Which is
I think we
perfect.
covered everything.
Yeah,
Everything of value. Yeah.
you're not getting a new Grand Theft Auto next year.
No.
They're still bringing out 5.
Like, we might
to
get
next
an
gen.
announcement, but yeah, we're not going to get a new GTA for a while. But we will.
Witcher 3 is getting a next gen version
Yeah.
next year as well. Five Nights at Freddy's, which is somebody's game.
It's Freddy's game.
It's Hank and Freddy.
Yeah,
Hank,
Freddy.
Freddy.
Five Nights at Hank is a different game.
Game.
Deep down doing it with Hank. The game.
Hank and Freddy.
That sounds like what's
Jesus.
plugging up Cage's hard drive.
God.
If you made it this far of the show, congratulations.
I'm sorry. We're so sorry. Oh, Guilty Gear Strive, which is a fighting game. I feel like Guilty Gear. That's coming out
Sure.
next gen, PS4, PS5.
Okay.
It's a big franchise. All right, don't shit on it.
No,
Oh, we
I'm
didn't talk
aware
about
of
the
it.
medium. The medium coming out January, right? That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, you're correct. The medium.
Yeah.
Is that the one of the twin perspectives?
Yeah. On
Yeah, you
Xbox.
can
It
go
looks
between the two
fantastic.
words. Yeah,
It looks
I'm playing that
amazing.
on- I'll be playing that on Game Pass on PC. It looks great.
You got a PC, Ben? Or does Gage need to edit
do.
that out? 'Cause you've just built.
No, I do have a PC.
Okay, so now we can start talking about your PC after how
Now you
long?
can start talking about my PC. Yeah, it didn't stop anyone, to be honest.
Oh dear.
This looks cool.
You think we'll get some Wolfenstein next year?
I
A
think
good
I might see a
Wolfenstein,
trailer.
probably not. Yeah, I want to really like the first two games are phenomenal, and then
Yeah.
like that one with the young blood and stuff like that. What
I
were they
didn't like
thinking? I
2,
don't know.
honestly. I thought 2 was...
2 was great.
I
Come on,
love
Gage.
2. It was so
Two was-
good.
Difficult
I
as
love the
fuck,
I love the
but it was
story.
worth it.
I feel like it was too focused on like stealth elements, where it's like you got to go kill
guess,
this officer
yeah.
or else it's
Yeah.
gonna sound the alarm. And I'm like, dude,
Well,
it's
remember you
also
are,
some
you
weird-
are supposed to be dead as well, so
Had some
spoilers.
weird difficulty ramps too, and I didn't really like the running around the ship, like getting the quests and talking to people. Like that was kind of weird.
Dude, I honestly don't even
But-
remember if I finished Wolfenstein 2. I played a lot of it, but
Oh,
I
you
can't for the
should
life of
do.
me.
Yeah,
I'm
the
pretty
ending
sure
is
I
fucking
did,
phenomenal.
but
Gates.
I can't
You would remember if you
any
finished
of
that
it.
Yeah,
game.
exactly.
No, I remember
You would
parts of it.
100% remember.
What was the actual ending? Was it the Hitler portion?
No,
or
was
it...
no.
Spoilers.
Don't
It's
do
not spoiling.
No,
Let's just say it
Even
goes some places.
when he's not aware of the spoiler, Gage asks for it. What is the spoiler so I can say it? Tell me.
Oh god, no, he's googling it, guys. End stream.
Oh.
Don't spoil it for people.
Yeah, at least give people a warning if you're gonna open your goddamn
Dude, this
mouth.
game came like 4 years ago.
It doesn't
I'm not
matter.
gonna give a spoiler
Doesn't
warning
matter,
for a
Gage.
4-year-old game.
Kind. Jesus.
Like if you haven't already played this game, you can't get mad if somebody spoils it for you. It's like
Yeah, but it doesn't mean they're not going to play
About
it.
it. Yeah,
dude,
I can be mad
if
at you.
somebody
for
starts
first
talking
being a
about
dick about it.
Endgame, I don't go, oh, spoilers. I've seen the ending of Endgame. It's like, dude, you've had
It's like, for
time.
example, when you're talking to someone and having a conversation with them, you'll just ask them, "Oh, have you finished this, by the way?" Great. Well, this has happened.
Let's talk about
Right?
it.
You just don't say, "Oh, and fuck you. Here's what happened." No wonder
Yeah,
fucking
sure.
Walmart let go of you. Jesus.
You worked at
Someone comes
Walmart?
up
What
to
the hell are you
counter.
talking about?
Oh, I want to play Wolfenstein 1. Oh yeah, you should play. The ending is crazy. That's cool. It actually does this, that, and the other. Like, oh, for fuck's sake. No wonder
What
these
is
facts-
this?
Ambient sounds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
I
was
think we
the
broke
ending.
Gage.
That ending.
Can we just have like
code?
Can we just have like a
That ending kind of
kind
sucked.
of like a new show on Simply Sassy where we get trailers with captions and then Ben just like recites the captions.
Yes, please.
In a world
Yeah.
overrun by
Game
giant
Spot uploads the
chocobos.
trailer, IGN uploads the trailer. Ben does one better. He uploads the trailer and captions it for you.
One man by the name of Hank will make a difference.
Damn, Hank.
He'll go deep down.
Hey guys, it's me, Hank. I'm gonna fuck some people up. Fuck some zombies up.
Pick up our friend Freddy.
Oh God.
How are we still going?
Like I didn't know we were doing a Sass Cast. 2, you started it halfway and said, "Oh yeah, come on." 3, how the fuck is Al here? 4,
It's 2 a.m.
Gage still hasn't learned from the last Sass Cast when he spoiled everything for people.
Gage is still reading the entire synopsis for Wolfenstein 2.
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna apologize for spoiling something that's like 7 years old that everybody already talked about on everything else ever.
What is this game we're looking at?
Medium, isn't it? Oh, it's not medium,
Yep.
is it? Oh, it's
I have a universal rule. If it's like
No,
if
it's
something,
not.
if it's a
This
movie,
is something else
you
now.
got 2 months.
I
That's
like
it.
how you say, "I've got universal rule." Then it's not universal, you dick. It's your rule.
I feel like it's pretty obvious though, where it's like, dude, like if a new movie comes out, like an Avengers movie or something, it's like you have a set amount of time where you can't get mad if somebody talks
I
about the
didn't
ending.
watch Avengers movie up until before the first what was it called? Endgame came out. What was the first one called?
Sounds like
Infinity War.
your
Yeah,
choice.
no one decided to spoil anything for me because they weren't dicks, Gage. Like if I heard it in passing, I wouldn't have been mad. But if someone goes out of the way to say, "Oh, have you seen the Avengers?" No, I haven't. Well, this is what happened. I would be
But
understandably.
I'm not going out of
furious.
my way to say it. This is like super old
Yes,
stuff.
you are.
Yes, you
you
are.
are going out of your way. You just want to talk about it. It's not even part of the conversation anymore.
We were talking about Wolfenstein.
I swear, if
though,
you
so
spoil Resident Evil Hank for me, dude, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Freddy dies, dude.
Like, the end is like, the end is like, "Oh, it was a spelling error all along. He was actually pretty hunk."
Hank got too wild and too dirty. And too deep.
Hank's just wearing a wife beater for fuck's sake.
Wow.
So is Hank the theme for next week's Photoshop challenge?
it, that doesn't mean you should say.
I'm just following Gage's lead.
Wait.
Oh shit! If Matt was here, he would have had a bigger go at Gage. So he's going off like scot-free with that one. I wonder if Gage is like googling what are the rules around spoilers.
Okay, just looking up how to leave a Discord channel.
Hey, Gage, I'll bring you back. What do you think of Naughty Dog games?
First time around, they're amazing, but they have amazing stories that they have mediocre gameplay that rely on incredible stories. So after you finish it once, I feel like there's no reason to ever touch them again, because as much as I love the stories, the gameplay does not justify playing through them again. I'd rather watch a supercut of everything on YouTube, because it's just like, I don't want to slog through this 45-minute gameplay section that's fine that I've already done before just to get to a 5-minute cutscene. It just feels like a waste of time after the first playthrough.
That was
Still, you like Dragon's Dogma?
Than I thought it'd be.
Oh, because Dragon's Dogma is actually good.
It is a good
Thanks
game.
for watching, everyone. It's been a great show.
Dude, I'm like...
It's been something.
Yeah.
So I'm not
It's
going to
been
go...
a show.
Do you know what?
Thanks for
Even if no one watches it, I'm just so happy I've been able to talk to all you guys. I've just missed something.
Okay, I'm not going to actually go into the ending of Wolfenstein 2 because you guys are crucifying me again. But, like, no joke. I'm reading it and it's like, yeah, I remember all of this. I honestly couldn't even remember if that was actually how the game ended or if there was more after that. That's how little I remember, where it's like, oh yeah, I remember that happening. Wait, that was the end of the game? Huh. Interesting. Because it just... I know what happened, but it didn't even...
Spoilers for everybody. Gage has got bad opinions on games, but you probably already knew that.
Dude,
How is that a
I
bad
can't wait
opinion,
for
though?
the one person to watch the show's name is Hank, and he gets halfway through, and he's like, "Fuck these guys, I'm out."
He's like, fuck these guys, I'll go play Wolfenstein instead.
As I said, just the preview for this episode has to be Resident Evil. Hank.
You're on point there, Robin. Hank's watching, right? He's like, "Well, fuck these guys. I'll listen a little longer." And he's like, "I'm about to play Wolfenstein 2." And
It's actually funny because, like, on Hank's podcast, he was talking to his friends about Resident Evil Kumail.
Oh god.
There were 3 DLCs for Wolfenstein 2? Damn. Why?
I've got tears in my eyes. Holy shit.
I didn't play any of those.
I think the DLCs were probably just around those sort of side missions you could
Yeah, it
do
was all the silent. It was like
with different characters.
Yeah. I'm like, look at the synopsis of
It's like
each
most
of them.
games, I won't even bother with the DLC for, to be honest with you. It's like I'm happy with the main story. I'm good about it here. It's like
Yeah, usually.
this is something like a Horizon, for example. But
Well, yeah, because that game's awesome.
not spoil that, Joe?
Well, you've had 3 years, so you should be over it by now.
What can I say?
Gage is like Jose Mourinho. He prefers not to speak at this moment because if he does, he's in big trouble. YouTube that clip. If I could edit these podcasts, I'll do a fucking stellar job. Let me tell you. I'll put all sorts of meme and references.
Dude,
in there.
half the time you don't even want to show up, though. There's no way you're ever going to edit
Fuck-
one of these
fuck off.
things.
Hang on. Hang on. To this day, I still have Mr. Sass Cast, so there's a middle finger towards you right
Dude,
there.
shut up. Before he was even the Sass Cast, you were straight up like, sorry guys, I don't want to be on anything today. And we had to tell you, like, hey, it's a Sass Cast for you to be like, oh,
I like
jump on.
watching the Photoshop challenge. I like watching it, so that's why I'm not on half the time. And the Sunday, I like to relax with my time. But as soon as I heard it's a Sass Cast, I can't miss it because I'm never going to let you have that moment to me where you can say, you don't turn up. So fuck you, Gage. Fuck you.
What good thing to know
That's
someone likes our
brilliant.
content.
Thank you for watching.
Oh my god.
I promise, guys, we do get along. We do get along.
Yeah, totally.
It's been a great show. Thanks, everyone.
Ben, where can people find you?
Take us out, Gage.
I don't know if I want people to know where they can find me after this episode. You can follow me at the RobinGL on Twitter.
Oh, thank you.
Robin Joe, where can people find you?
You can follow me at Please Be Excited on Twitter. And I think I have a podcast. I'm not sure. I think it's called Unofficial Official or Official Unofficial.
Yeah, I think they can find that. I think that it was the OUpod.com.
I think it's pretty good. I've never watched an episode myself.
How does
but I
Robin
think it's
know
pretty
about
good.
Ben's podcast and Ben, you don't know about your own podcast, Robin?
That's a great question for another day, Mel. And Al, where can
Al is
people
on.
find you?
I'm at Kumail H on Twitter.
Temtem enthusiast, apparently.
And Kumail, where can people find you?
I'm at Al Tribesman, and I like horror and Resident Evil, Hank, and stuff like that. And the OU
And you're
podcast.
also on my podcast, aren't you?
And yeah,
Official, unofficial.
hey Gage, where can people find you?
People can find me here in my personal hell. Thank you guys so much for watching. Goodbye. Let's see you next week. Remember, Photoshop challenge for the next episode: holiday cards.
It's not
Stick around for that.
associated other podcasts with this one. Bye.
Bye, guys.